Alright. We find ourselves again on Monday with Modding Monday. I feel like I'm a little bit... Wait a second. Can I get... Wait a second. Wait. What is this? Can I make myself a little bit louder? And with louder, I mean a little bit brighter. Hey! There you go. It starts to... Okay, I think that's good. That's fine. Hello. Well... Yeah. So that was a thing. Listen, louder visually. Yes. It's interesting that you can describe a certain thing with another thing and that thing still thinks. Okay, let's use English in a bit more of a constructive way. You can use a certain sense to describe another sense and it still makes sense. Boom. It does though. Why do you teach Java and why not C++? Well, first of all, Bedrock, any add-on or making of Bedrock stuff is not in C++. That is all done via a JSON file format. So even if I were to do Bedrock, it wouldn't be C++. And also, if I can avoid C++, I will avoid it as long as I freaking can, okay? I'm not a fan of C++. Listen, it's fine, but like, I just don't like it, okay? It's not my personal preference in the slightest, okay? So, I'm just saying. I'm just sort of saying. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me see. Go for this one too. So that the people know that the stream is live. Leaks from Moon. She's talking about bug rock. Listen, I know, like, the issue is Moon, she's into the bugs and the rocks, I guess, you know? I mean, I guess that's what moons have, I don't know, whatever. You like the ocean update? What ocean update? There are no updates. There's only drops. There's nothing. There's nothing! Listen, we'll talk about it in a second, okay? Let's just see. Aphantasia, so I know my sprites look wrong, but I can't, because I can't visualize what I want and how it looks like. I mean, so aphantasia is the one where you can't visualize inside of your mind, right? Like where you can't do like mental images. Interesting. Well, the second part is normal though. Like that's typical, right? When you see something and you're like, I don't know what's wrong with it. That's normal for like, I don't know, a lot of people, I would say. Do you mean the aquatic update? No. They meant like 121.10. Let's not talk about it yet, okay? Let's stay in a positive mindset for now, okay? Let's keep the positivity up for just a little bit longer, okay? Like that's a good idea, I think. Can you recreate Minecraft using your Java skills? Like one-to-one? Probably not. I don't like to use something with... I don't like to do non-engine stuff. Because you basically have to write your own your own engine. So I don't know. What's your opinion on Create Simulated or Aeronautics? Listen, anything Create related is freaking awesome. That's basically... yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's hard. I usually have a huge mental image of what I want, but I'm stubborn. If I want to something, I will do it to achieve it. That's good. That's not a bad thing. What do you mean? That's like stubbornness to achieve something is literally, we have another word for that. It's called ambition. That's good. That's good. That's a good thing. What? Bro, how to learn English for making Minecraft mods. Okay.
Accompany me to glory or
First
doom.
and foremost, we have a Black Dragon Fighter. Thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. Thank you. Second thing, how to learn English. I can actually listen. Okay, I will explain this to you. How that works. Oh, you're gonna be okay. Listen, it might be a little bit weird to basically, well, how to learn English, and we do this in English. Okay, well, let's just skip over this. This could be any language, right? Learn any language, right? How do you do that? Now, this only is like actual languages, not programming languages. Very important distinction here. And the way to do it is very straightforward. It all comes down to input. This is the only thing you should focus on. Not the only thing. This should be about 80% of your focus should be input, okay? What you should do is you should go and take a look at your, let's say, favorite movie or your favorite TV show, or just show, I guess. At this point, there's no more TV shows. Shows, right? Look at these favorite movies, favorite shows, and then watch in that language. And the most important part, no subs in your language. Very important. You are allowed to add subtitles for the language you're trying to learn, but never your language. That is going to distract you. It doesn't work. You have to listen. You have to listen and listen and listen and listen and listen very often and a lot, right? And the other 20% of the time, that's when you should learn basically only vocabulary. Vocabulary, okay? This is where you learn the words. Because usually, when you get the 500 to 1,000 most used words in a language, you cover about 70 to 80% of the language anyway, right? That's most of the language covered, right? So this is about, let's call it 60 to 80% of the language is covered, right? So, and then the rest you most likely can, learn from context. So in theory, if you learn, let's give it like 3 words a day, and you memorize those 3 words every single day, plus you get an input, after a year, you have a language. Now, are you gonna be able to speak it perfectly or understand it perfectly? That's not the point. The point is never perfection, very important as well. The point is never perfection. The point is proficiency, or at least understanding, right? You want to be able to understand. And then one last sort of thing that is unbelievably important as well is just basically be courageous, okay? And what that means is make mistakes, okay? That's fine. There is the only language where you have to be, so let's say then you speak to someone who speaks that language and you make tons of mistakes. There's only one language where that is an issue, and that is French, because sometimes French people are a bit of their languages. Listen, when it comes to the language, they're a bit of fucks, okay? I'm gonna be real. It is what it is, okay? Not everyone, but some of them. That's the only one where if you don't speak perfect French, they're gonna be like, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't understand what you just said. Those are the only ones. Any other language is gonna be, oh my god, you speak one word, you are God. It's the case. It's the case. Think about it. Do this. If you want to learn a language, that's what you gotta do. It's true. It is true. They're French. Of course they're gonna correct you on anything. It's not even that they're gonna correct you. It's more that it's like they're just gonna pretend they don't understand you. It's like actually the craziest thing ever. Most people will applaud the effort. The vast majority, it doesn't matter where you travel to, they will appreciate the effort and they will appreciate it. And it's like, yeah, sometimes they will respond in English because it's going to be easier. Fair enough, right? If they can speak English. But I'm telling you, genuinely, it's a very, very good idea. I'm telling you. It's just, yeah. Most people who learn English as a second language end up speaking it better than native speakers. Can happen, yeah. Can happen. Even between French variants, we can't agree what is the correct way to speak it. Well, given the fact that it is called French, I would argue that most likely France kind of has a monopoly on that, but I don't know. I'm learning English by watching your tutorials, and I'm kind of getting a little bit of struggle by listening, but hopefully there's YouTube subtitles exist. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's totally fine. Also, I will say though, like watching quite technical tutorials to learn English, that's a pretty interesting one. But yeah, or chalolo. But yeah, genuinely though, it's that's the best way to learn any language. I'm telling you, okay? That's your Kaupenjo tip for the day. Maybe that's gonna be another one at some point. But yeah. Now we want to help, but we don't give too much compliments. But if you speak good, trust me, everyone will be amazed. French here, by the way. Listen, I'm not saying that. Listen, okay? There's 100% gonna be local variations, okay? But, and I know that this is gonna be, you're gonna say this is not good, but you're gonna be like, hey, Paris is not France. I understand that, right? There's a bit of a thing that I would say that similarly things to Berlin, right? Berlin is not Germany, so yeah. I get it. Yeah. So you agree with the cluster frick that is 90 in French? 79? That's 99, right? 79? 79. Oh, that's 79. 19? Yeah. 60 is 60, and then 10 is 10, and then 9 is 79. Got him? What? Between us, it's the worst. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. 79. There you go. 79. Yeah. Ah, 80. 80 is 480, right? So that's what you gotta get at 80. So it's 99 would be 99. 90 is 90. There you go. Yeah. It's pretty good. I like it. I like that. That's totally fine. I had French for like 6 years in school. And I retain, yeah. Oh god, Kaupen is speaking French. Traitor. J'ai une plus grande baguette dans mon pantalon. Je m'appelle Kaupenjo. There you go. That's for all you French people out there. Oh, in Belgium it's 79? Wait, what? Like, okay, so in the Belgian accent, in the Belgian French accent, not like in Belgian language, but like in the French speaking parts of Belgium, you would say 79 and 70 or 90? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's uncanny seeing him speak French. Yes, that's crazy. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I did not know that was a thing. I'm gonna be real. I think that's pretty cool. They basically have US English, Great British English. Yeah, that's true. KP Dragon, I'm feeling fantastic, okay? I feel amazing. I feel amazing, okay? Today is a wonderful day. No, genuinely though, the weekend was great. Honestly, thank God I didn't take my time to watch freaking Minecraft Live. And instead, I chose to touch grass and actually spend time with people on a wedding, during a wedding, okay? That was phenomenal, okay? That was absolutely amazing. I love that one. That's so good. That was actually great. GB is Great British. Yes, when someone says like GB English, then they would mean Great British, yeah. How was the wedding? It was fantastic, okay? It was absolutely spectacular. I mean, first and foremost, obviously, the food was great. That's always, they had roast beef. Oh man. They had like a truffle garlic aioli. Oh my god, bro. I make really good aioli, okay? Genuinely. If the modding thing ever doesn't work out, what happens is that I will just make like an aioli, and you can buy the aioli at that point, okay? Because that is like, if you like garlic, you're gonna like my aioli, okay? I'm gonna just tell you. Regardless, they had a truffle garlic aioli. Holy crap, was it good, okay? That was actually insane. And then, not only that, they had like freaking, there was crazy stuff going on, okay? Wait a second. I can show 1 or 2 pictures that are not revealing anything, okay? Because they are in the dark. And I don't think you can see a face. Oh, yeah. This is great. This is awesome. I don't think you can see a face in that. Basically, one of the guests... This was just random, by the way. This wasn't even sort of planned or anything. Apparently just random. The guy just did like this fire dance with these fireballs. And he was just going, whoa, 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 whoa. And I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. It was just like, oh, everyone outside. That was insanely cool. That was really cool. And then I spoke to his parents, because his parents were there as well. It was like, you know, part of the family there. And the parents were like, oh yeah, we tried that as well. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, but we singed ourselves. I was like, that's crazy. That's so good. That's unbelievably. That's so good, man. Holy. That's actually just insane, man. That was really good. Yeah. Overall, great wedding. I mean, we wanted to stay to like, I don't know, 12 or something, and then at some point we stuck and stayed till 3. So, you know, that's pretty good. You know, if you stick until 3, then I think the wedding was pretty good. Yeah. Oh man, magic fire summoner in real life. I mean, I don't know. That is also correct. I cannot respond to every single message, specifically when I'm talking about the wedding I went to. Hello? Also, of course, I wore one of my suits, right? I think that it comes pretty, like, it's pretty evident. You know, I lease those suits for me to wear to special occasions. I wore the Pac-Man suit, right? I didn't go all out like this. I think this would have been a little bit crazy. Although, at this point, I think with the clientele, the people were crazy enough that they would have actually appreciated it. But regardless, I wore the Pac-Man suit. I got a lot of compliments. It was absolutely amazing, okay? It was really, really good. Good. When coding, who said anything about coding, okay? We're talking about Minecraft Live, but first we got to talk about the rest of everything else, okay? Hope everything is good as I begin the program. What would you be the easiest path to exercise Java, less problems and stress? Forge, NeoForge, or Fabric? You can really do a coin toss. So because Java is, you need Java for all of them, and you just need to do Java, right? That's like the thing. So yeah, when hair growth product placement. What is that supposed to mean? Okay. You think I'm taking something like, what is it called? Like pernesterol or whatever it's called? I'm not taking any of that. Nope. That's just my own stuff. Why are you talking French? I don't, what, are you like 20 minutes behind, Kuko? What is going on, man? I think you may need to. I find this really funny because I don't agree with you in the slightest. Actually. Can't really do a coin cost for 2 versions. Listen, yes but no. If it's 120, you do Forge or below, you do Forge and Fabric. If it's 121 or above, you do NeoForge and Fabric. There you go. Now you can do that. What's the most common question you've been asked? I don't know. I think one more? One more. Okay, I think we're gonna listen, okay? Calm down. Just take a moment, take 5 minutes. You're gonna be okay. All right? We don't need to spam out here. You know, sometimes I can't read everything, and you're gonna be fine. Any ideas how I can promote my mod? Just launched one, and I don't know how to make some downloads. It really depends. I mean, one of the biggest things is making any sort of content. You can post funny videos on Twitter. You can do sort of short TikToks. Anything that's visually appealing. If you have a mod and it's somewhat visually appealing, boom, that's gonna be awesome, right? If it's not visually appealing, that's a little harder, of course. Because if you can make my own custom end update. Exactly! That's what you want to do. You just make your own end update. We're just gonna make our own 122, okay? Why do we need Mojang to update it? What the heck? Doesn't matter. It's just the glasses need to be updated. Something in the 19th century. It's really funny that you say that because not a single person has mentioned it yet. But these are actually new glasses. I literally just got them today. Okay? So, joke's on you. I have already updated them. So there you go. That's what it is. That's why I'm not yet 100% certain with how they fit. And I keep messing with them. So there you go. Should you write your mod in Fabric as well as NeoForge? Wouldn't that be learning 2 mod frameworks at once? No. So what you should do is ideally you would just do both. Yes. However, ideally you first start with Java knowledge. Boom, you got that in. Let's go. With Java knowledge, you choose one of those, you immerse yourself in that for a little while, and then at some point, boom, you go in. There's a secret mob, the mannequin, no shot. That's crazy. Are you gonna use the spear? I don't know about that one. Mojang took too long, so I made my own end update. Would be a good video, but I don't know about that, man. Like any sort of... I need to do some sort of content on the channel, right? Listen, we're gonna have I'm gonna have a team meeting on Wednesday. We're gonna we're gonna take our heads and our noggins together, and we're gonna say, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see and find out what shall we do, because I just don't know. I think I saw that video already. Yeah, it's not like no one else would have ever gotten that one. Yeah. But yeah, that's something. Given you grief, you're fine. Just breaking threads through sleep. Yeah, nah, listen, I get it. If your permanent sub on Curse Forge should take effect within the hour. What? What does that mean? A permanent sub on Curse Forge. I you gotta give me a... You gotta update me on what that means. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if CurseForge has subs. Mojang took too long, so I made Minecraft 2.0. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. CurseForge without ads. Yo, what? So basically like CurseForge Premium. Hey, yo. Alright. Well, let's see. Isn't Notch making Minecraft 2.0? No, he stopped it. He was thinking about it, but I think he's doing his other game, which actually looks kind of cool. Wait a second, let me show you. I think it looks kind of neat. What the hell is Notch? Arch. You cannot be serious right now. You, like, genuinely can't be serious. There's zero possibility that you're not trolling. There's no way. No, this is the other game, Levers and Chests, that Notch is working on. I don't know if he has like a... Oh, is that it? Oh. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not... Okay, well, I don't know. Oh, this is... I like that one. I don't know. Looks kind of cool. Looks interesting. I don't know. Once it comes out, I might look at it. If you don't know who Notch is, you're too young to be here. I don't know about that. It'd be funny to remake Minecraft, maybe with community influence. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know if he would go for that. Like if that even makes sense. And also, I don't know if he's allowed to do that. Like, I mean, he did sell it, so I don't know. If ads are so in the background that they disappear. Yeah, to be fair, you gotta admit the ads on CurseForge are definitely like, they're not aggressive. Bro, when you go onto like a news website and these bitches like go in like bam 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 bam, there's like 8 ads on the side. The actual text is like restricted to this, right? You have like three words next to each other and the rest just goes down. And then there's another thing that comes up, and then there's a video that comes up from below that's like, hello, we like to sell you insurance, and you're like X, right? And then you don't hit the X and it goes away and you're like, come on, man, and you hit the X, and then you get the cookie consent because that works well, and anyone always clicks agree to everything anyway because they always make it the most annoying shit ever. The internet has definitely become hell. Okay? It's crazy. I meant with Kaupenjo in the community, not Notch making it. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I don't know about that. Got you guys. We'll make it more aggressive. No! That's not quite what I meant, but like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's not quite what I meant, but okay. No, I mean, it's a good thing, all right? It's a good thing. That's what I'm saying. It's a good. All right, I'll keep it in mind, though. I'll keep it in mind. Clicking the X and then it goes to the website. Yeah. At least YouTube isn't like that. Listen, I've got YouTube Premium for like 2 years at this point, and I'm not looking back. Okay, I'm just not looking back. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great about that. And it's, I don't know. I use YouTube so often that it's like I actually have a problem. Okay, I genuinely do think I have a problem. If I look at my phone and I look at the screen usage, oh boy. Oh boy, let's see. Screen timeout, screen attention, screen time. Oh, YouTube. Screen time, 3 hours today already. Oh boy. Can I get like hourly? No. I want to like see the last week. Average screen time? Can I see the average one? Apps used in the background. 1 hour. Bro, is it always the same? Oh, it goes day by day. Okay, I was about to say. Oh my god. 4 hours every day. Just on the freaking phone. It's just too much, man. Outside of stream, I use... Okay, interesting. Okay, that's fair. What about item transfer? Energy handling? Fly. You frick. You frick. Get the frick back here. No! Well, I didn't get it, okay? It was worth a try. It was worth a try. Item transfer, energy handling, making builder of growth chamber for data gen. Okay. I don't know about that. Well, one thing is for certain. So I guess a lot of people... Okay, listen, we can we'll discuss it, okay? Minecraft Live. Boom. September 27th. That's when it was. And, yeah. So, obviously, Copper Age, right, is going to be the fall drop. Drop 3. 121.9. All right. Fair enough. And then, of course, we also had the Mounds of Mayhem. Now, I have major copium for all of you, okay? The reason is as follows, okay? I have major copium because obviously we don't know what version this is. Now, you might say, well, it is a game drop. And they said game drops are always... They said nothing, right? They said, oh, game drops are not going to be as big, okay? So I've got one argument why this may or may not be 122, and I have another argument that is where it's going to be 121.11 most likely, because let's be honest, if they add the copper update, there's going to be one hotfix in between. So this is probably going to be 1.21.11, or it might be 122. My reasoning is as follows. When they announce their game drops, usually they never announce the name so far away, being November/December from release. Wait a second. So they already released the name of it, right? Just because it's internally the holiday drop, who knows? Think about that. Think about that, though. Isn't that interesting? That they've already given us a name. I think it's interesting. I think it's very freaking interesting. But yeah, overall, I don't know. This is going to be a rough one. If it really is like 120.10 or 121.10 or 11, then I don't know. Wait, why is everyone saying 121.11? Because most likely the Copper Age is big enough that they are going to probably have one hotfix. Right? Just because they're going to add one sort of stupid error that has to be fixed. So, yeah. This is the first drop name announcement since Pale Garden. Well, regardless of that though, wouldn't that make it a major update if it's 122? Listen, at this point, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, right? I went through Reddit. No one knows whatever they're doing in terms of their crazy numbering scheme. It doesn't make any sense, right? One thing I did find over here was the following, okay? According to developer Ulraf, updates and drops are loosely planned up to 2 years in advance at the earliest. What that means is, think about this, okay? When did they really start with the game drops? Now I'm gonna, where's my tinfoil hat, okay? I'm about to drop conspiracy theories out here, okay? Let me just see. Tricky Trails, 121, oh, June 2024? Wait a second. 2 years in advance? In my opinion, when they say, according to the developer, drops, this is updates. Updates meaning a major update is loosely planned 2 years, up to 2 years in advance. That means there has to be, by June 2026, there has to be a big update. There is zero possibility that there's not a big update by the time June next year rolls around. That is my conspiracy theory, okay? That is my conspiracy theory, because what they also said is, while the game currently using the game drop release formula, Ulref stated that there are plans for more major updates in the future. And when did they say this? They said this a month ago, right here. Now, the audio is going to be in Hebrew. However, the subtitles are going to be in English, because that's what this works at. Let me just see. Can I like change the... let me just make them bigger. Font size 300%. So we're going to see the subtitles on screen. Okay, we're going to see. Now I'm going to let this run. Right, we're gonna make updates too. Big in the future, I think. Again, I think many of the drops are small, but there's also drops that are really not small. But yes, we also work long term that will be much more significant, and big will make such a significant difference in the game. And we try to create things, throw at people, enjoy the game for a long time. Boom. There it is, right? And you can say, well, who is this Ulraf person, right? Like, you just say that this is a random guy. No! Gameplay developer of Minecraft at Mojang. Gameplay designer of Minecraft at Mojang, okay? This isn't just a random freaking guy, okay? This is actually a guy that, like, does stuff. So that means it has to be the case that by summer next year, there is a major version. If they said, listen, when did they say this, okay? Is this the same thing? Is this the same thing? It's the same thing! It's the same thing. It's the same source, okay? In this stream, they said that they are working 2 years for updates, at very most, okay? Not longer. That means that by fall, like 100%, we're gonna get a 122 next year. It's laid out there, okay? So most likely, I will admit, Mounts of Mayhem, no, that's gonna be 122, okay? That's gonna be another 122, there's no way. But why would they say they loosely plan it 2 years in advance? There's no shot, bro. There's no shot. Right? So it has to happen beginning of next year, at the latest, June. At the latest. Because why would they say 2 years? It seems weird to me. Right? And most likely they've been working on this in the background, right? So it's probably a major update. That's what I'm saying. Also said there will be an end update. Did they say that? Hashtag source? Hashtag source? They know how to talk without saying a damn word. Many small updates, not so. Listen, it might also be the case that the translation from Hebrew to English is not 100% accurate, okay? Like, yeah, it's in the same interview. Is anyone gonna translate this, like, entire interview, man? Like, don't we have a couple of Hebrew speakers in the chat? Like, that can just, like, go in there and be like, yo. I think we have a couple of them. Hello, did we now know what will be new in 122? No, there's no 122 yet. I've just revealed my conspiracy theory, okay? The conspiracy theory is that by June next year, that's the latest that we're gonna get 122, okay? I've connected all of the dots. It's very simple, okay? It's very simple. They said they plan up to 2 years ahead, okay? That's the most that they plan in advance. That means the last thing that came out, bada bing, bada boom, June 13th, there's no other way. There's no other way. That's it. I can do it for Arabic, but not Hebrew. Well, I guess the same direction of reading, but I don't think he said there will be an end update, but he said that he would do something. Okay, interesting. I don't know, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's accurate enough, but Fluff Talk doesn't have a language it sits in. Yeah, I guess you're right. I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, if they said, though, that they plan 2 years ahead, and I think that makes sense. It's extremely slow to start and challenging, so I lose interest fast. Do you have any advice on courses? Well, I do have a course on Java on the YouTube channel as well that you can take a look at. But at the end of the day, anything that is sort of worthwhile to get into, right? Be it programming, any skill that you might want to learn is always going to have a part of it where you have to slog through the boring stuff, okay? And the best way that I can tell you basically to go through it is to say, listen, I have this like vision. I really want to do modding, right? So you have a positive goal sort of at the end. And you have to say, listen, there are going to be some steps that are going to be somewhat boring, somewhat tedious, somewhat challenging to overcome. But those are the steps you have to overcome in order to like do the thing that you want to do. And that is the motivation I would try to take and use when you are like at these stages where you're like, I don't want to do this, or this is boring, whatever. Try to go through it, okay? This does not only help you learn other things as well, because there are always going to be things that you will need to get through that are going to be boring. Anything that's really worth doing has these components in it, right? There's going to be hard steps. There's going to be things that you don't necessarily want to do. You have to stick with it, and you're going to be able to, you are going to be amazed at how fast you can make progress if you stick to it. That's the thing. Carlton shares the Dr. K video. No, I've stopped sharing that, okay? I've stopped sharing that. Use the ideas of modding as motivation. That's the best thing that you can do, basically. Right? That's the best thing that you can do. Anyway, end up that is probably going to be next major update. Vibrant visuals or combat. Well, vibrant visuals, they sort of like peppered in a little bit, right? It's not like they didn't, they peppered that in, I feel like, right?
Accompany me to glory or doom.
Boris, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. Thank you. Is there any way to learn 121.8 for Fabric? Pooh. I'm sure that the reasons will be stupid. No, the reasons are they changed way too many things. That's one of the reasons. That's the issue. I think 121.8 is not... well, very important part. 121.6, 0.7, and 0.8 should all be fine. So 2026 will have an end update and GTA 6. Yes. Although there were speculations and rumors that this might be delayed too, right? So who knows? Okay, gonna see if I can keep myself motivated. Hopefully tutorials will be more bearable. Listen, maybe they will be. Who knows? Maybe they will be. Oh yeah, vibrant visuals will be finished before the next update. Crazy stuff. What if vibrant visuals is the next update? Half-Life 3 before 122. Brother, don't even start with me, okay? I'm not... That's a little crazy. I was a Bedrock modder, but I switched to Java. I think it's more fun, but I also think that I think Bedrock you have a bit more earning potential as like a mod or like a you know, UCG, user generated, no, UGC user generated content creator, you know. I think I want vibrant visuals with the end update. Didn't they already add basically like the end stuff, like the end like sky and stuff? Isn't there something there? I feel like. I know. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. It could be the case. I mean, it's all speculation anyway, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm telling you, I feel like some of this might be sensible, okay? Some of this might work out. Who knows, okay? But I think that next year, June, we're gonna have this. Now, still, like I said, on Wednesday, we're gonna have a discussion on what is gonna continue to happen. Because, listen, so I can tell you one of my issues, okay? My issue is, let's suppose 121.10 is the last version. If I now start doing tutorials in 121.9, which would be Cop Rage, right? 121.9. If I did the tutorials in that, and then 121.10 comes out, and that's the last version, or maybe there's one more, and then we get 122. It's just, I just don't know. It's just, it's hard, okay? This is why I need a second brain to think with me on this. Bedrock store is horrible. Yeah, I agree. With a new mounted zombie, I have curious if this update will increase AI for modded mobs. I don't know what exactly what you mean in terms of the AI for modded mobs. I mean, we always had access in theory to the brain system, so I don't know. So you're gonna do a new series on 122? Of course! As soon as 122 comes out. I mean, not as soon as, but as soon as it's viable for me to do this, obviously. Because I have to, update stuff. I need to get into the code and stuff like that. We gotta do all sorts of things. But yes, then the engine is gonna start working again. Yes, as soon as 122 comes out, bada bing. I know what it is. 122 will be the great Java marketplace update. I don't think they're gonna do it yet. I don't think so. You recommend of a version control system, VCS, VSC, VCS, version control system, 100%. We've had at least 3 people on the Discord server that have lost every single thing that they've did in modding because they didn't do a proper control system. Yikes. So yes, always. Sorry, I mean AI calling capabilities. Collab with Mojang and release the tutorials alongside the release. Listen. VS Code. Oh, he means VS Code? That's interesting. Well, you can see the confusion though, right? You can see the confusion. If you're better in, if you want to work in VS Code, you can. But obviously there's going to be things that are different, right? I mean, that's literally everything. So, yeah. It's not going to be one-to-one when I show, oh, you have to do this in IntelliJ. It's going to be different in VS Code, but, if you know VS Code, that might not be an issue for you. So, yeah. But also, Orge, I don't know, I don't think there's going to be a Mojang collab. I mean, listen, who knows? But, I don't think so. I don't think they're, I mean, I'm not saying that they're, completely against the modding stuff. And absolutely not, right? I mean, we got people that are, in the modding space. It's not that big when you think about it. Especially on the part where you're, where you're working on actually doing stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I just, yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's a lot of stuff, man. Hello. But like I said, it's, we'll see. Okay. We're gonna push through for now. I have a couple of ideas. I might do, some, like I said, the team meeting on Wednesday. And when that is, I'm gonna bring some of my ideas into the team meeting. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna sit down and we're gonna say, listen, we also probably will ask a couple of things on YouTube with the posts. So we're going to probably have a couple of sort of question posts, right? Polls, as they are called. POLLS, right? Polls. And we're going to see if people, think one thing, think another thing, what they want to see, things like that. Yeah. That's basically an idea. That would be, so, possibly similar things that we've done previously. Wait a second. Let me, stuff like the plane videos and stuff, these, no, not this one. This one, right? So oh man, okay. I think you heard that. That's funny. Things like this, like edited, slightly edited, sort of modded stuff where I'm hey, I'm making a play, here, there you go. There's the edit. Kind of stupid, but I like it. Stuff like that. Maybe, possibly. Who knows, right? But I would ask it. How big is your team? Well, it's just my editor and myself, so it's not that there's not that really a team. I mean, I can add 2 more people that are helping me from time to time. I also have an artist that does textures from time to time as well, but there's not, yeah. Can you post the links to the polls in the Discord? Honestly, I think it's a fair idea. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good idea. Maybe I'm just gonna do a general announcement on that. Maybe with a dreaded at everyone. To be fair, the last at everyone was April 27th. So I feel like I have a, I rarely do at everyone's, right? That's one of the things. But who knows? We'll see, okay? I don't know. I have maybe a couple of things that I could add into that, but yeah. Lolo, you're making League of Legends in Minecraft. Whoa. That is crazy, but also kind of cool. Modgem 25? Is that like, as in like the CurseForge Modgem? Like, as in this guy? Wait a second. Mod.curseforge.modgem. This guy. That's what you're making League of Legends for? That's crazy and kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yo. Hiya. That's crazy. That is ambitious. That is ambitious. Gordic phone when listen, Arch. I'm gonna be real. I think we need to do it soon, okay? I'm looking into my the big issue is, Arch, you know what's gonna happen, okay? I'm gonna join, like, we're no longer in a Discord that's small, okay? The Discord almost has 10,000 people in it, okay? I mean, how many people are gonna watch? Yeah, or like just like look at the stuff. We'll see. Why don't you make modding courses using Kotlin? I just don't like it. I like Java. It's a personal preference of mine, basically. That's all that there is to it. It's just it's just personal preference of mine. I used Kotlin before for what is it, for Android development, and I'm not the biggest fan. You still need Java for mixing and stuff? What do you mean? Yeah, of course. I don't quite understand the question. I mean, yeah. Yes, absolutely. 10,000, holy shite. Yeah, well, I mean, it continues to grow, you know. It's Discord server, people are joining in. I mean, I don't know how many people are like or I mean, I could actually know how many people are active. Can't I like look that up on the statistics, server insights? Let me see. It probably tells you how many like people there. Oh my gosh. Okay, what happened here? Oh, they probably like ruined. Oh, interesting. Like, do the end of the month, do they always like kill delete sort of bot users or something, or like weird users? Because in the members it goes like up, and then it's like sharp decline, up, sharp decline, up. Interesting. I mean, overall, it seems pretty good. Can I see anything? Talked, engaged, visited more than 3 channels, 50%. Benchmark is 50% talked, and we're at like 20. The Discord server has very good retention, man. What are you doing? I'm just yapping. I use your 121.1 tutorials to make my mod in 121.8 probably. Some Forge things changed. I figure out how the bus works. The IDs. I have a problem with block item ID. Yeah. Well, you can also use the update guides. So I have the update guide on 121.3 and then 0.4 and then 0.5 and then 0.6. And if you use all of those together with the tutorials,
accompany me to glory or
works.
doom.
Yannick, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. That could work. Why did you decide not to make quilt tutorials? Well, I started with Forge. Then I added fabric to it. I looked at quilt when I don't know if it was the time when it came out or not. I'm not 100% sure. But I looked at that. And then, oh, it's actually on 121.8 at this point. It actually updated. Holy moly. It never felt like it was so different from fabric that it was needed, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just never felt the need to. And yeah, and then NeoForge came along, and that was just because the entire Forge team left, and I was like, I do feel like NeoForge is likely going to be the winner between Forge and NeoForge. And I think that I will be proven correct on that. So yeah. Build has many unnecessary issues. I don't know. And also, I'm gonna be real. I've learned this now when I did the 3 mod loaders. 3 is already too many. Like, to work on for me, okay? This doesn't... Like, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was a lot of work. And And so 122 is definitely going to be NeoForge and Fabric. That's it. I just, yeah. Sounds right if the entire team left. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's sort of the point, right? And it's like the entire team, and then the owner was sort of left to do Forge himself. But I don't know. I just, yeah. Sort of a thing. It's gonna be back to two mod loaders again, because man, back to 2 mod loaders and then probably 3 tutorials a week for each, right? Which is also kind of a little bit nicer, so that we get through like the topics a little bit faster, because we only had 2 topics per week per mod loader. So yeah, Forge updated to 121.8 like a month ago. Really? Did they take that long too?
Many blessings for our people.
What
This
the
shall
heck?
fund our next adventure.
What is going on? Newsy official with the 5 gifted subs out here, and then Valorant gave another sub as well. That is crazy stuff. Okay, who got them? Mikori, SC Supercraft, Luvin, I Am Yellowhead, Tasty Pumice, LOL, and Bobic White Tea got the one from Valorant. Crazy stuff. I didn't know Valorant was on Twitch again. The Twitch stuff was on Valorant again. And we're immediately at a hype train level 2. That's crazy stuff out here. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for the gifted subs, man. Really appreciate it. That's crazy stuff. Minecraft Live was underwhelming. I mean, I'm very glad that I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be real. I'm very glad that I didn't watch it. I was just, I don't know. That was crazy stuff, man. It was just a lot of, I don't know. But like I said, I'm telling you. With the stuff that I've shown you, right? With this, you know, according to the developer, 2 years. No, Armor, pause. I don't care about that. 2 years in advance. They are still working on major updates. I'm telling you. By June next year. And I swear to God, if it's not, like, it has to happen, okay? It has to happen. By June next year, okay? Now, if it doesn't come out by June next year, 122, then I don't know. Nothing happens. Yeah, I don't know. So that means 122 still not here. Damn, Zeepert. Listen, I will get you a short, I'll give you a very short overview on my thoughts, okay? My overview is the following. They had, according to one of the developers, they said that both updates and drops are planned about 2 years in advance. Okay. Then also they said, while right now they are using the game drop formula, they stated there are plans for more major updates in the future. Both of these things were answered in this interview right here, which is a month ago on the 10th of August. Okay. What that means to me, or what I interpret this with, is that 2 years, you absolute frick, 2 years, Tricky Trials came out June 2024. That means June 13th, 2026, in my opinion, is the latest date we have for another one major update, okay? That's my idea. And my opinion is that on the Minecraft Live, the last one was March 2025. Likely we're gonna get one in March 2026. And that's where they're gonna announce what? 122. Yes. There you go. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. We just want the end update. I agree. I'm getting suspicious of the names and phrasings. I've seen some real AI naming schemes. As in? Like Mounds of Mayhem is an AI naming scheme? So March 2025 live is 122. Well, they will likely announce it then, yes. Do you think there will be some quality of life or nice things for devs in new updates? I don't. For modding, for mod developers? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe a little bit, okay? I will say the new component system, component system is pretty cool. Architecture is cool, I only use it. I really need to, it's like crazy because I genuinely really need to go into and like look at architecture slash multi-loader, right? I have considered like looking at it, but I didn't, yeah. What do you want out of an end update? Listen. maybe controversial. I want the end update to include the fact that spawning is not going to be in the central end island, okay? I want you to spawn outside of the central end island, and you need to work your way through the end to the central island to the dragon. That's what I want, okay? That's a crazy idea, but I'm telling you, that would make it so much more epic. Why is the Ender Dragon, which in theory is the last boss of the game, you just go into the portal, bam, and then there's something outside of it? The other way around, right? Make something cool around it. That also is really cool, because what you could do is they could make like ring form, biomes in the form of rings around the island, right? So wherever, like however you go into that, you're always going to end up with like these different biomes that you have to cross. I think that would be so cool, man. I think they could do so many cool things. Genuinely just, I don't know. I'm just telling you. Like, it's just, I'm just saying. Oh, I got a hype chest. Let's open it up. Who this diva emote? Nice. Well, harder time for developers if it's, yeah, well. We're gonna see. So you go through the dimension and then progress to the Ender Dragon. Yes! That's what I would like to see, okay? That's what I would love to see, man. I also wanted to make it so you have to work your way to the end island. Even made a mod for it. Yeah, that's what... I'm telling you, that is... I think that is one of the better ideas, man. I think that genuinely is one of the better ideas. It's just, I don't know. Why is there ice cream truck music in the background? Listen, it's just Stardew Valley. I don't know. To be honest, the Carpenter community should make a vanilla style end update concept mod. Listen, if you want to organize that, I'm not gonna stop you, okay? Someone in the past made a server that wanted to make a Cowpenjo mod, but like I don't know. That is much more warranting of an update than a lot of vague things people bring up. Yeah, it's almost as if crazy stuff, right? But the goat of Minecraft modding, the only person holding up the entire industry of Minecraft modding, getting new people into it. I'm obviously over-exaggerating. This is no sarcasm. Has like some good ideas. It's crazy, right? It's actually insane. But yeah. I started playing Stardew Valley like a week ago and starting to eat my life. Brother. Actually, what is crazy about it is I can tell you why. Because what happens is that the mother fricker, obviously I love the game, right? But the mother fricker designed it in such a way that when you start the next day, you already have stuff to do. So you start and you do like 2 things in the next day and you're like, well, I can't stop now because then I'm going to lose the things that I just did. So you do another day and then the same thing happens over and over again until like one day you're like, no. This is the last day. And then you can finally, be done with it. But yeah. Unrelated, but you would try the Iron Golem World Record. I think I'm sort of done with that. I think the only last thing that I want to do with golems is the mod jam stuff, and then I have enough for golems for a while, man. I'll be real, then I have enough for the golems. Yeah, you have to wait for the night to sleep and save. Exactly. Following your modded series for Forge 121.1, and I'm really excited, etc., etc. But I really have a hard time staying motivated. I'm a programmer IRL, but still somehow. Interesting. That's not easy. I mean, usually there's like, we just had the other sort of thing where someone didn't program at all and they had issues getting through Java. That's definitely a different one. Well, if I mean, one thing that could work is you try to set yourself, hey, listen, you have like 1, 2, 3 things that you really want to add in a Minecraft mod. And maybe you try to like really narrow down first on those. Instead of doing the breadth of the tutorials, you maybe want to do like 1 or 2 slices of them and try to like stick with those and like really deep, like drill deep into those first and then expand later. Could be a thing that you could think about. Yeah, basically smaller projects. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah. New thing, I've already seen spears and zombie horses. Yeah, I don't know. I will say that there's not really that much I don't know. There's not much creativity that's right now like sort of, I don't know, coming out. I question why you want to do the mod and maybe make something you want to see instead of what you think you want. Okay. Another question: the Nautilus, is it gonna drop Nautilus shells? So are we gonna have a way to farm Nautilus shells now? Surely, right? Like, there's no way that it wouldn't drop Nautilus shells, right? Wait, aren't zombie horses a thing already? Yeah, but I don't think they spawn in survival at all. I make websites for my job, but for some reason I have a hard time staying motivated. Currently making a cursed tools mod, which gives you benefit, but it can also freak you over. Okay. I see. First hatchet gives you strength. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay. No, that's pretty good. Definitely a good start. Physics-based stuff compared to like what mods do. Yeah, but also you gotta think. Hot take. Spear is just mace, but horizontal. In my opinion. I'm saying. It is true though. But it is pretty cool though. I agree. It is pretty neat. Surely on Bedrock it's gonna work wonders, right? And not be buggy as all hell. I think on Bedrock it's gonna be horrible. I said people wanting to degrade the spear animations. I've barely watched anything. I watched like one short of what they announced. That's it. I didn't watch anything else. I was so out of it, man. It's like actually crazy. Spear is a trident without water. Well, you can joust with it, right? So I think it's fair, in my opinion. Have you ever made mods for the public? What? Of course. What do you mean? Of course I have. Right here. Bada bing, bada boom. We have Kaupen's carved pumpkins. By the way, Halloween is coming up again. So if you want crazy pumpkins in your area right here, look at this. Boom. I'm just saying, you can get this guy. You can get these guys. Even melons are available. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's also Kaupen's ancient traits. We really need to update this. But that's okay. But yeah, that's another one that I made, and then the rest here is yeah, that's okay. Let's not talk about the rest here. For now, okay. We can talk about that maybe at some other point. But yeah, hello, Calvin Joel. What about stream? What about stream? What about stream? What the stream is about? We're talking about Minecraft Live and the implications that 1.21 and the updates have. I don't know. I think we can talk about the rest now. No. Listen, okay? Okay. But also, I'm just yapping. So, magnificent staffs, powerful parkour blocks, and translated pompous paintings were... as well as all-consuming Grey Goo, those were all made for specifically videos, okay? Those were all made for videos. Resource slimes, I completely disregarded and like didn't update at all, even though it was pretty freaking cool, okay? And I think that, I really think that it would be a thing that I would want to look into again, but 1.18.2 is rough. To update that to 1.21 is a challenge. And then finally we have the community server was a community server, and then we have the cookbook, which is just we just never got around to finishing basically. So I don't know. I see they release AI agents to get engagement and trainings. Where? What? Is this 122 or still? No, everything is still 121. Wait, it's already been an hour? Yeah, I know. I can yap for a long time, man. You would not imagine. You would not imagine, man. It is kind of crazy. Resource limes could be cool for like a skyblock. Agreed. I think you could probably design a mod pack around it. I think you could do that. But I don't know. What do you think about vibe coding in terms of making Minecraft mods? Absolutely horrible. AI is absolutely not usable for Minecraft mods because it doesn't have enough data for it. There aren't enough Minecraft mods around that it can properly know what it needs to do for coding, right? So it does not work. So you know, it's not a good idea. Okay, it's just not a good idea. What are we doing today? What do you think of Minecraft Live? Well, I don't know why I've been on 121 for so long. Listen, okay, I know we have a lot of churn of people, right? New people come in, old people stay, some old people go. That's just life, I guess. But listen, I'm gonna say this one more time, okay? So I have a conspiracy theory, because the conspiracy theory is that by June 2026, we're gonna get another 122 update, right? Another major update. Reason being, a month ago in this video right here, which is sadly in Hebrew, so I only understand it with translated titles, which was from a month ago, 10th of August. This is where one of the developers of Mojang of Minecraft said that number one, updates and drops are loosely planned 2 years in advance, meaning that by this is the latest that it can be. When Tricky Trials comes out, they're planning for the next update. So bada bing, bada boom, we got June. I think that makes perfect sense. Secondly, they also said while the game is currently using the game drop release formula, they stated that there are plans for major updates in the future. This leads me to believe that by March 2026, when we get the next Minecraft Live, maybe beginning of April, maybe, you know, somewhere between March and April probably is going to be the next Minecraft Live. That's when they are going to announce it. That's when they're going to announce it. Yeah. Using AI is possible if you do it in agent, but usually assistant. Well, yeah, but like I said, I think for modding, it's not a good idea at all. It's not a good idea in the slightest. 120.1 from 119 modder was having a friend with 121.5. Yeah. Why food now needs 3 components? Is it because of the Java marketplace? Well, they changed food components to use the new component system, so maybe. But I would assume that the new component system will be fully JSON-fiable so that it's usable for the Java marketplace. Yeah. It will never know because of all of the different versions. Well, I don't know. Wait, Java has a marketplace? Not yet. But at some point, yes. I am 100%... Sorry. I am 99.78% sure that there will be at some point a Java marketplace. And my reasoning is very straightforward. I can show you, okay? I can show you why. It literally inside of the code. Okay, well, this code might not be working because that one, let's just use this one. That's okay. We can literally just go into a block right here. Okay, we just go into a block right here. We go into the block and we'll take a look at furnace block. I think that's okay. It has this map codec right here. Now, right now, it doesn't use this. But this map codec for a furnace block is usable for blocks to be read in via JSON files. Meaning that all of this stuff, in theory, right here, is not needed. You can do this via JSON files. I think that's a big part of what they're working on. It's not the whole thing, I don't think, because they're also writing a whole new render pipeline for vibrant visuals, which I'm just saying that is not an easy task. Okay, a render pipeline is a lot of friggin' work, so okay, fair enough. But yeah, 100%. I didn't hear about the Java marketplace. Okay, should I repeat myself? Hello, hello? Shiro! Hello? Luki, are you back? Hello? Listening to your tutorials at 0.75 speed makes you sound tipsy. Oh, what are you talking about? I would never sound like that. That's not even the thing. Are we getting vibrant visuals in Java? Of course! What do you mean? Yes! Yeah, of course. Minecraft going, What is this? Oh, what mod did you do today? I didn't do anything. I don't even know if we're gonna mod today. I think we're just gonna yap a little bit and then I'm gonna show you what I have and then we're gonna just close it, I think. Something like that. Okay. Bit of a shorter modding Monday out here. But listen, I mean, that's not an issue. You know. Because I need to reserve my space for my brainstorming, okay? We need ideas. Minecraft going to go Coco Melon and burn out brains with being vibrant and attention demanding. Ah, interesting. What's the genre of your mod you do now? I'm making a mod for the mod jam. For the Minecraft for the mod jam of the future. See, I was way faster on the draw today. Kautum, is your job being a 7th generational modder? Absolutely. That is 100% my job. But yes, actually, this is still also my job. All of this stuff right here. The streaming, the tutorialing, the yapping about modding, all of that, the wearing of just spectacular suits, okay? Let's just be honest about that one. Yes, all of it is. Yes. And the genre of the mod that we're making is new golems. New golems. However, the 3D modeler that is supposed to come up with stuff, I don't have anything yet, so I don't know about that. So we'll see. The retrospectives on YouTube. Have you watched any, by the way, KP Dragon? Have you been supportive? This is true. Another thing I do is I sometimes dress up and I do crazy retrospectives on YouTube right here on Common Joe Gaming. You could definitely take a look at the channel if this is something that might be interesting to you. If this is not interesting to you, you should not look at it. Because I only want people who are actually watching stuff like this. Because let's be honest, not everyone is interested in a 1 hour 42-minute retrospectives on does Bloodlines 1 still hold up in 2025 Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines retrospective, okay? I can understand that. If you're not interested in that, that's totally cool, but some people might be. So that's Common Joe Gaming for you. Yeah. Common Joe, do you make maps? I do not make maps. I genuinely had man, are maps even still a thing? Like, I feel like that was like such a 2012 thing, sort of like around there, right? 2010, 2011, 2012. People would play maps, and then you have all of those signs everywhere. Oh, that was crazy, right? Wow. Oh, those were the days. Well, those were the days. What is Kautum Labs? Kautum Labs is where I did I can show you too. Wait a second. Kautum Labs is where I did the where we mostly did mod showcases. So those were pretty neat. We stopped for now. May or may not be doing something again, but I don't know yet. I don't know about that one. Give me long form videos to listen to at work. Listen, man, I'm telling you, if you like Common Joe Gaming, that's the name of the channel, man. KB Dragon says, I believe you missed parts of Vampire Masquerade mostly because you didn't take the insane bloodline, which can break the fourth wall. Listen, I mean, at the end, I didn't only do that. I also did a lot of stuff. You should get a verified badge thing on your channel. You can only do that when you have 100,000 subscribers. You do not get those. Usually you don't get those before. You can only be accredited on YouTube to get those with 100K. And I think in some other circumstances, but yeah. When people like Zombie and Pizza Meat played the adventure maps, man. Yeah, well. Those were the days, that's true. Gonna go, I have only 9%. Oh gosh. Guy, let's fix this and get the account to 100k. I mean, listen, it is only a matter of time, but I will say this. With the current projection, I can give you a projection if you want to. Let's say if the growth stays the same, okay? So the growth stays linear, let's say. I can give you a rough estimate of when we're gonna be there. Wait a second. That's gonna be this. Yeah, and then that's gonna be that. So that's nope, that's not quite right. About 3.5 years. So, you know, what days are you usually live? So I definitely have almost all Mondays. We're doing a modding Monday. Like I said, today we're just yapping a little bit about modding. I genuinely, because I didn't plan anything, because like I said, I was at a wedding on Saturday, and then I came, like I was home at 3, I went to bed at 4, I slept till like 12, which honestly is very fair when you're awake until 4. So I didn't really plan anything yesterday, and today I did like stuff, so I don't know. It's only shooting the modding channel. Wait a second, I will link it to you. Okay, I will link it to you. I know I'm bad at linking my channels, okay? I know I am bad at this. They had a good night. Bro, the wedding was freaking great, man. It wasn't my wedding, okay? Just to be sure, okay? So ladies, I know no ladies. I don't think so. I know no lady is watching, okay? I've seen the statistic in the analytics, okay? The shorts filled with the ladies, okay? They're like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome. And then the live comes, there's not a lady to be around. What is this? I'm not even I'm by the way, I'm not kidding. All videos, like this is on modding by Cowman Rule. 5.8% female. Videos, 5.9%. Shorts, 5.7%. Live, squat, 0. Look at this. This is actually insane. The fact that this actually is 0 is crazy. Nothing is 0. Okay, nothing is ever 0. Look at this. Boom. Look at this. How is this? How is this? Is the status? This day live 100% male. What? What? I know this is sometimes also just auto-generated, so it might also just not notice. But like, why is the rest then 5.9%? Something's fishy out here, man. Something's fishy. They just can't listen. You know what? They can't handle the not only the riz but also the drip, okay? It just is the case. They can only do it in short bursts, meaning when they are watching the shorts. But like, that's what I'm saying though. Listen, okay? But why then? This is so stupid. Why then does it say this? Wait a second. Let me just let me do this. Let me just make a new tab out here. Yeah, that makes more sense. But like then on audience, look, I can show you, okay? Wait a second. Right here on the rest here, 5.8 all. What? How is this videos, shorts? They're watching them. Yeah, and then live it goes to 0. What the heck? But you can also clearly see like the distribution just changes completely. Like the shorts are way younger, skew way younger. This doesn't skew as young. But interestingly enough, the shorts also skew older. There's no one above 55 here. Maybe on Twitch, but not on YouTube. Crazy stuff, man. That's crazy. 65 plus. True. How much do you sell drip? I do not currently. I may do that. Ladies, don't you mean gents? No. Also, even then, there's no gentleman here either, okay? Like, I'm just saying. The lady modders are too busy getting after. Yeah, maybe. You're right. They don't get distracted by a guy in a suit yapping about the fact that 122 comes out next year. You should start a clothing business. Maybe. There are some gentlemen, especially you. Well, thank you, distinguished gentlemen, for the absolutely phenomenal disposition. Thank you. Minecraft Live. Yeah. How do you like it, Captain? Do you like it or not? You should make a channel called Kaupen Drip. Bro, I don't need more channels. I have so many channels. 2 monitor skill issue. What do you mean? I even have 3 monitors, man. Isn't that crazy? If by next year you mean next decade, then yes. Watch and mod. I have 1 monitor. Help me show us your setup. I can't really do it well, man, right now. I need to do like maybe I need to, well, first of all, I need to clean this up, okay? The stuff is like, my space right now is not as clean as it should be. But then maybe we will. Scene a recap, okay? From what I can see, pretty good stuff. Not much, but pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, well, one of the things, Capitan, that I said is that I had a bit of a tinfoil hat moment, because one of the developers in an interview here about a month ago said that they plan about 2 years ahead, and the fact that 121 came out June 2024 means that by June 2026, in theory, they should have another major update done. And they also said that while they're using the game drops, there are still plans for major versions. Meaning, if there are plans for major versions and they plan at most 2 years ahead, just connect the dots, guys. Just connect the dots. I'm the guy from the start that told you about the secret mod. I think you check the wiki. Oh, interesting. You have a bag of chips on your desk right now. No. I have a drunk, I have a finished Coke Zero. I have sea salt because I always salt my meat. No, but I always add a little bit of salt to any of my things that I eat. I have some ibuprofen. Yeah, and that's about it. And then just a couple of things. So yeah. The rest, not really. I genuinely, I have 0 snacks in the house, okay? I have nothing, okay? I have 0 snacks. I don't have snacks almost ever, because when I have them in the house, they're always eaten, okay? It's done. They're gonna be eaten full. What I did have though is I just ate that today, and it was freaking delicious. I made like a chicken wrap. Look at this. Wait. Look at this, okay? Made a chicken wrap. Oh my god, bro. That was freaking great. Chicken wrap with some salad, French dressing a little bit on there, and then best thing I've ever done, sriracha. I've never had sriracha, and I was like, oh, I'm not that good with spicy food. I ate it. I was like, that's not spicy at all. That just tastes great, man. Those were delicious. I'm gonna have one more after stream. Ooh. It's gonna be great, man. What are your PC specs? 490. What the frick? Yeah, I've got a 490. We got a Ryzen 9 7950X. I got like, I don't know, 20 terabytes of freaking of like storage and stuff. A 4090. You're right, a 4090. Sorry. 490. That's pretty good. So Carlton proving he's jerking his gherkin at his desk. What are you talking about, brother? What are you talking about? You can also just ask, are you a bed jerker or a desk jerker, okay? And I'm gonna tell you neither, okay? And I'm also not a shower jerker, okay? Because I mean that is another possibility, okay? I'm just saying. You have 2 terabyte SSD. Yeah, I've got a 4 terabyte SSD. I've got one 4 terabyte SSD and one 2 terabyte NVMe SSD. NVMe2, you know, whatever. You know what I mean. And then 8 terabyte HDD in the thing as well. And then a bunch of other stuff. Cooking channel, cooking with Carlton Joe. Oh man, how many things do we want to do, bro? What the heck did I just turn into? Honestly, just bad timing. Genuinely. How much RAM? 64 gigabytes. Oh man, is that good? I need it, man. I need it, okay? I don't think I'm gonna upgrade though. When I went from 16 to 32, that was really good, and now from 32 to 64, unbelievably huge. But anywhere else is like, I don't think I need anything else. Like, anything more is not needed right now. A stack of gigabytes. You just, like, me for real, I use 32. My dad has 128 in his work Mac. That's crazy, yeah. The videos are so helpful, and now I love modding. Let's go! Awesome to hear, man. Awesome to hear. RAM of the average Java dev. True! Actually, so true. What's the difference between 32 and 64? Well, I mean, it does help when you're editing videos. Because, like, the videos, like, you have to think about it like this, okay? Let me just go into, this is specifically for the retrospectives, let's say, because those are the big videos. If I just take, like, one of the videos, the first, so those are, like, between, like, 12 to 20 to 30 gigabytes each, right? So each video itself is 20 gigabytes. And to do that, it has to, like, get a lot of that into the RAM, right? To like, properly do that. So it does make sense. It does make sense. I'm back. Second video Java course literally covers 8 minutes. What the last Java course tried to cover in 6 activities. Oh, damn. That's how slow it was? Okay, that is actually very slow. I don't think that you were okay, I don't think that you were the, let's say, problem on this. I think the problem might have been the tutorial series that you watched, because that's very slow. That's incredibly slow. Like, I get it, right? I understand it. Maybe for some people that works better. Could be the case, but I feel like that's very slow. How does this not have more viewers? Comjo is the pillar of the Minecraft modding. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, listen, it's like, we're literally just yapping, okay? We're just yapping about random crap today, okay? It's just, it's not even that interesting, okay? I will be the first to admit it, okay? I'll say that. I'll say that much. Because I didn't plan anything, okay? Because I said this already, and I'm going to say it again. I was at a wedding. Because I want to prove that I touched grass, okay? I want to prove it. Just join your thoughts on Minecraft live in one sentence. Conspiracy theory 122 coming out next year, June latest. That's the one thing. Unheard of. It's crazy, right? A Minecraft modder. A YouTuber? Touching grass? I thought they were all allergic. Well, you know. Maybe. Maybe they are. I do have some problems sometimes when I make something in Blender. RAM issue. Yeah. I see. Help me, you should do a collab with Mr. Cube. Hey! La 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 la. Exactly when DW came in, we got the best song of them all. Hey! La 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 la. La 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 la. Meow. La di da di da di da di da la 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 la. Okay, nice. WD coming in with a banger alert. Have you seen you can go back on Twitch lives now? I've only heard about that, but I didn't. It didn't work for me last time I tried it. Let's see. Demi? I don't think I can do it. Can you only do it for specific channels or something, or do you have to like enable it? MC Live came at the end. Ricey, hello. How are you doing? A/B testing. Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maybe not everyone has it yet. Okay, could be the case. How are you doing, mister? Anyway, going back to the Java course. Yeah. I bet you're glad you don't have more tutorials for every Minecraft version because 122. I mean, listen, at this point, I would have loved 122. I'm gonna be real. I would like to have that had. Like, that would have been nice. Doing very well. Just started my master's today. Yo! Didn't we? Oh my god. Didn't we, like, start, like, talking when the, when you, like, went off to university? And now you're already in your master's? Holy! Okay, that's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. But that's awesome. What games do you play, by the way? I don't want to doom scroll your gaming channel. Well, I mean, it's not... Well, first of all, there's not really that much to doom scroll there. Doom scroll? Scroll? I don't even know. There's not that much because the... Jesus, the 4 people subscribed or something. Because like the stuff here is basically always old games, right? It's retrospectives on older games. But that is what I like play in the background, like sometimes a little bit. Currently working on a bunch of different videos on you know, games from that sort of like honestly anything that's like older than 10-ish years or so. So I'm open to doing a retrospective on. But when I don't play those, I play the following games. Wait a second. When I don't play like the old games, quote unquote, like that, I play, you know, RimWorld, a bit of War Crime Simulator, you know, and then Europa Universalis, Crusader Kings, so a Grand Strategy. Love that stuff. That's like, I love that. Mountain Blade, Stardew Valley. And then you can see, you know, Factorio, a bunch of stuff here. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, and then it, you know, it goes to smaller hours quite fast. But yeah. Yeah, and then also Minecraft 100%. Like that's definitely the one game I have probably 10,000 or more hours in, easily, because I've been playing that for and I've said this last time, I've been playing that for longer than some people who are watching the stream that are alive. So I think, yeah, such a small gaming library. Wait, did it show up how much it was? Oh, 834 games. Yeah, I don't listen. Quality before quantity, man. You might like Satisfactory too. Yeah, I've never gotten into it. Terraria. Oh, I've played Terraria, but I've played it like so long ago that... Oh wait, did they redesign the... they redesigned the Steam store. Look at this. Anyone have this yet? They redesigned the Steam store. This looks different now. Wishlist stuff. Interesting. Not a big redesign, but like... Is it also redesigned on the channel, on the pages? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, interesting. Oh, the more you know. Redesigned a couple days ago. Oh, I only got it today, so. But yeah, I played Terraria like when it like first came out or something like that. So I'm like an OG. It came out 2011. That's 14 years ago. Wow. Yeah, that's I think I played it like, I don't know, 2012, somewhere around there, so yeah. And then maybe a little bit later, but I don't know. I was in 6th when I started modding, 55 years, 8 levels of math, damn. It's pretty crazy. Would you rather do a Java course in one go, in your example, or do your own mod? It's, so... The more Java you can learn before jumping into modding, the better, like generally. But I can understand that sometimes you want to also do some modding. So some amount of jumping back and forth isn't the worst thing, I would say. But still, the best thing would be to go for to go and try to do more Java first. You should search for Calamity more. I've seen Calamity. I've seen a I don't know. Unlikely that it maybe it does. Wait, was this the second channel content? I think it was, right? That's crazy, by the way. That's crazy. No, it wasn't. It was first channel content. Okay. Mr. Samuel Streamer did a playthrough on Calamity. One of the best. He basically does like let's play-ish content, mostly RimWorld at this point. Which, by the way, is freaking... Those videos are great. I haven't watched a lot of it in recent months because I just don't have the time. But still, Mr. Samuel Streamer, great content creator. But yeah, he did a, I watched it on there. His playthrough of Calamity. That was something, man. That was something. Finally learning Java in uni. Because you really need it, right? Like you don't... have you played Outer Wilds? I have not. It's a game that I have on the list of things to play on stream most likely. Because I think I think people like watching other people play that. At least that's what I've heard. It's one of those games where it's a puzzle game, right? Crazy puzzle game. I think that's could be worth it. Have you seen Starlight River mod? I have not. Excuse me? Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Bro, Terraria modding goes hard, man. They really do go hard. Outer Wilds isn't a puzzle game. Watching other Outer Wilds isn't a puzzle game, is it not? Exploration, story-rich, puzzle, mystery, space. Space archaeology. Puzzle is a meta description. Okay, fair enough. Okay, watching others play it is the only way you can replay it. Yeah, I know this. I know the feeling. Okay, listen. I've watched a lot of Undertale like let's plays / streams. Okay, it is what it is. So I understand that. I was doing some Minecraft modding and my IRL hamster, and I gotta say, is pretty good at it. Oh damn! Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, listen, make a video out of that. Call it my hamster can mod better than AI. I'm gonna be real. That's kind of funny. Hi, I'm sick right now, and I hear my sinuses clicking. Yikes. Well, get better, get well soon. Java and C++ are the main languages they taught at university. Yeah, they taught us Java, C, and C++. Those were the ones. No, wait a second. That's not even true. C and Java. We didn't have C++. I had an intense course at C++ that was 2 weeks. And I didn't like that at all. Not in the slightest. Nah, the C++ course was rough, man. But yeah. Also recap on Minecraft Live thoughts. It's fine. It's alright. I'm not like... It's like, listen. It is what it is. But my conspiracy theory is that by the time next year rolls around, specifically June 13th, 2024, because that was when 121 came out, that is going to be when 122 releases, because a developer has said they only plan 2 years in advance, and there are plans for another major update. Therefore, QED has to be the case. Do you have any Java certification? Does my master's in computer science count? Or... Genuinely asking, by the way. Genuinely asking. Because I know that in theory it doesn't sound... I mean, it's not a Java certification necessarily, but like... I feel like that does something, right? Like, so... Flexing go hard. That was a good flex though. You gotta admit, that was a good one, right? It's like, do you have any Java certifications? Does my master's in computer science work? Yeah, maybe. Oh, no doctorate. I really thought about it, but honestly, the issue is the reason why I don't have a doctorate is because I would have had to work on like at the university, like doing lectures and stuff for like a professor for years, most likely, and I didn't want to do that at all. Okay. If there was a professor that was cool enough to say, listen, we're gonna sit down once every quarter, you're gonna give me an update on your doctoral thesis, I would have done it. But any sort of, I didn't want to do anything there, so I don't know. We had fun during the course source control. We had to split in teams. I was the only one in the C group with any C experience. Interesting. C. Is there any mod where you don't understand how they made it? I mean, recording mod is a good one. That's true. Replay mod. Well, I mean, wouldn't you just... Okay, wait, but how did they do that? You're right. How would they do that? They probably... Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, replay mode is a rough one. That's a crazy one. I'm almost saying create. I mean, listen, it's just... I don't know if I could recreate that. Do you have any tips for figuring out why custom recipes isn't working? So I've seen that you complained about custom recipes not working. I'm already planning on getting back to the tutorials past Modding Mondays, where you were working on one. So, Valkyrian Skies. So I talked to someone at the wedding about Minecraft modding, actually, which is really very funny. And he was like, what is like the crazy... Oh, he knew about Valkyrian Skies. And I was like, well, that one is like actually crazy, but the way that I imagine that works is they take whatever structure you've built, they turn it into a mob, right? It's not really a mob, but it's basically an entity, right? And then they move it around, right? That's the only way that I can see you moving blocks around in that way. But big five for you, the stuff about recipe types. First step. Check out whether or not, check out if the recipe type name can be found in the console, right? If it can't be found in the console, then it's most likely that the register methods in some capacity has not been called. If it is in there, it usually tells you something about why it doesn't work. Wait. Were you at a wedding today? No, I was at a wedding on Saturday. If so, I have a friend that was at a wedding a few hours ago. No, it was on Saturday, and also, I mean, it was in Germany, so I think it's unlikely. It's unlikely. I appreciate your content. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating my... I appreciate your appreciation of my content. Thank you. I hope they add Nautilus shell as a block. Could be. Where in Germany? Okay, now we're getting quite specific. Now we're getting quite specific. North Rhine-Westphalia. Congratulations, Count, who's the lucky girl. I sadly did not partake in a wedding. I was just there as a guest. And also there were barely any single ladies, so I don't know. That friend and me are both from Germany, so if it wasn't today, then it couldn't have been the same. Yeah, of course not. That makes sense. That's really the place to start where I didn't have one before. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Of course, you talk about modding at a wedding. What? Yeah, listen. When you talk to people, you go like, hey, and what do you do? And what do you do? And then I'm like... You know Minecraft? And they're like, I've heard about it. I'm like, like you can add like your own blocks and stuff to it. And they're like, okay, I see. And then I'm like, and I tell people how to do that in programming. And they're like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I tell them I told one person I talked to them, and I told her yeah, I have like 60,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've never met a YouTuber before. But like an older lady, right? It wasn't like a 20-year-old. That would have been, you know, maybe it would have been a different day at that point. But like, you know, that was pretty cool. So I got the nerds, I got the gentlemen, I got the older ladies. Just the single ladies. Those are not coming through, man. What is going on, man? That's not hitting up the ladies with the modding skills. Yeah, but sadly only retired old ladies. Hello. Crazy conversation. It is a crazy conversation, but like, I don't know. Like I said, most of the time, like you talk during weddings, you talk about what do you do for work? What do you do? You know, what are you doing? So I don't know. It was pretty neat. Double pie. Okay, listen. You have most likely already seen the absolute travesty that is Minecraft Live, I assume. I did not see it because I was at a wedding, proving once and for all that I indeed touch grass from time to time. And the thing that I wanted to say there is because you only just arrived. So I have a conspiracy theory, okay? The conspiracy theory is as follows. In this interview right here, right, that is about a month ago, it's 10th of August, Ulraf, which is one of the gameplay developers from Minecraft, said that, number one, not only do they only plan about 2 years ahead, they also stated that there's plans for new major versions in the future, meaning that most likely by the time June 13th, 2026 comes around, boom, we're gonna have an update. Additionally, Double Pie, I don't want to dox you, but I think I was on your channel before, and I believe you can speak Hebrew. Is this accurate? Is this accurate? So you can watch this video, the entire 3 hours and 23 minutes, and I want a full transcript translated by next Modding Monday, please. Thank you. At a wedding, you are there for the food. That's it. Well, I was actually there for the fact that I have, I have a good friend of mine got married, but I mean, basically both of them. I'm friends with both of them, so I don't know. Okay, we got a clip. We got a clip to watch. Any clippers in chat? Any clippers in chat? Oh wait, that's not right. This is right. That's what we want to do. I got the nerd. Oh, I got the gentlemen. I got the older ladies. What is that? Comment on his personal interactions. What's that even mean, man? What does that even mean? Yeah, I did watch it in Hebrew. Lol. There you go. But that was accurate, right? That was accurate, right? So I remember correctly some people covering the stream, but I don't remember about what. Okay, fair enough. Kamjo, what was your master's focus on? I did like I did a VR. I did Unity VR. That was my master. That was my master thesis. And the general stuff that I just sort of studied, I just did. I don't know, whatever. I can't even remember half of it. I'm gonna be real. But also to tell you, Blubrick, the food at the wedding was also freaking phenomenal. Okay. It was really great. It was awesome. There was roast beef, man. Have you messed around with Vivecraft? Actually, yes. I literally have a stream about that too. Listen, this has been a while ago, okay? So I understand that that's not... Wait, did I even stream this on... I did! Beating Minecraft in VR. Look at this. Even wearing the same suit. Oh my god, what a headband! Ah! Maybe KP Dragon was right. Maybe I do need the Fenestrol or whatever it's called. Oh jeez. Oh lord. Oh lord. But yeah, I played Minecraft in VR before. Which was trippy, okay? This is actually insane. This was crazy, man. This was insane. Oh, I remember the VR stream. This was like genuinely just crazy. Comdro, when will you be invited to Hermitcraft? Unlikely to happen because it's basically vanilla and I don't play vanilla. I almost only play modded, so I really would need to make my own Hermitcraft but modded to be invited to it. How do you not get insanely motion sick in MCVR? Well, after 2.5 hours, I got very motion sick. I did not feel good. I was like actually just like sick, like in the stomach. It was not a good experience. What's your most memorable mod pack? Probably Tekkit. Those were the days, man. Oh. Like classic Tekkit stuff, man. When you had when they added logistics pipes. Oh, and you had the entire logistics pipe set up, and nothing was done automatically, right? Like nowadays, you have like a freaking one bay for your stuff in AE. Oh, that was so good. That was so good, man. Wow. How do you think one goes about making a digital storage mod like refined storage or applied logistics 2? Pooh. Wow. With a lot of patience. Hey!
Welcome to the King's Court.
Radiant Gamers 6812, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Thank you. Yeah, basically with a lot of patience. Yeah, it's rough. It's gonna be a rough one. I would say that you will need at least a good, like, probably advanced or expert level Java knowledge, just because there's so many different things. Like, I feel like WD could do something like that, right? Like, WD is crazy enough, you know, but I don't know. It's hard. Like, where you start is at, like, probably planning. There's gonna be a lot of planning involved. You'll need to think about a couple of things, how they're gonna work, how you're gonna, you know, make the interfaces work, and then just basically start with a small thing and then work your way up. One of the big issues with digital storage stuff is going to be the sort of connections between stuff, right? So any sort of cabling or yeah, any sort of cabling is always hard to do. Is it faster to calculate angles in radians or in degrees? As in, like, for machines? I don't think it matters. I don't think so. Storage mods are genuinely complicated because they handle storage and data. That is true. So it is going to be complicated. Trigonometry works with radians. That's true. Yeah, so probably you could, but you can always just, I don't know, that should be quicker. Maybe. You might be right. You might be right. To be fair, degrees is also just arbitrary, right? Like, that's just a thing that they just decided. 360 degrees is arbitrary. Are we modding today? I don't think we're modding today, no. I was wondering your thought process would be, as you're a pretty good programmer, if you say this. Okay, well, let's think about it. Radians are not arbitrary, though. No, that's what I'm saying. They are based on pi. Double pi? So stupid. I still love that. I still love it, though. Okay, so when we think about it, okay, so storage mod. Just for the sake of argument. Well, one of the issues here, so let's just write this down. When I say an issue, doesn't mean that this is a thing that blocks your path, okay? When I say issue, I mean challenge, right? So when I say the issues, those are the same as challenges, okay? Challenges, right? And challenges are things to be overcome. So I'm not saying this is like, oh, this is impossible. I'm saying this is something challenging. One of the things is going to be cables, right? This is basically for the connections, for connecting machines, right? Definitely needed, and cables are rough. Cables can be very rough, and that's going to be one thing. Data storage. I don't think that's going to be actually that crazy. But it depends on, right? I would say depends, right? It depends on how it's implemented, right? Do you have it in a single block entity? Do you have it in like a multi-block? Multi-blocks are going to make it harder, right? So multi-block, right, is going to be harder. And things like that, right? So that's just something to think about. And then we have auto crafting systems, right? If you have an auto crafting system, now you need to be able to use recipes, right? Now, can all be done, right? Each individually over here can all be done, but it makes it complicated. So, where to start? I would probably start with the data storage. That would probably be the best way to, like, place to start with this. And then move from there, and then just increase in complexity. If you really want to do it, that would be the way to like, sort of start. Yep. That's the idea. Have you ever heard about a mod called electrodynamics? It's like mechanism, but more technical. Mechanism, but more technical. Don't make me laugh. Mod. Let me see. Based on the real world. Okay. Oh, Does it have an entire thing in there? Like all the elements? Is the entire periodic table implemented? That brings realistic and world-based science to technology of Minecraft. Aiming to create the old Volts mod pack. Oh, damn. Okay. Might have to look at that at some point. That's pretty good. The worst, Possibly make a custom mob type. Since I wanted to make a mob about the deep dark and having an omen effect, I want it so that the mobs are not able to see and only hear like the warden. Sure, of course you can make custom mobs. Absolutely. I mean, a custom mob type is basically just a custom mob. If you want vanilla mobs, but like different types, that's more difficult, and I would probably say you just re-implement a new, like the same mob again, and then just sort of figure it out, sort of like, I don't know, yeah. I've seen several pipes mods. I'm assuming they all use a graph representation, but what algorithms do they use for pathing? That's the point. That's the reason why I don't do a cables tutorial. Because figuring that out is very difficult, okay? Because you basically, like, graph theory is not complicated, I understand that. But you still need to represent that stuff somehow via a graph, right? And as soon as you have a graph that allows circles, you know, and then also theoretically even a graph which can be both omnidirectional and directed, right? So it's both a directed and a non-directed graph, which makes it even more complicated. I mean, not necessarily. I guess a directed graph. I think an omnidirectional, an omnidirectional graph is just a directional graph that is like in all directions. So fair enough, but like still, I don't know. Trying hard to understand how can you render 3D entities inside of a screen. I cannot find anything in the docs. I don't think it was that difficult. So you usually have a render method, and inside of that render method, you can render things. There should be something like the entity render dispatcher. I think something like that is you're gonna need, but I don't know. Yeah, now you're just talking gibberish. Wait, what did I say? What did I say? Oh, the directional graphs? Really? I can actually explain. That's not difficult to explain. I can explain. So, graph theory. Let me actually wait a second. This is a thing that is like very important actually in computer science. Oh, moon!
Allies have arrived. Rejoice!
Look at this. Exactly when I'm going on graph theory. Look at this. Ah, moon raid. Hello, moon. Thank you for the raid. Well, graph theory. We're gonna explain graph theory now. So you're here, and you're gonna learn something. Okay. So graph theory is a part of discrete mathematics. Okay. Now you might say, oh, discrete math. I don't want to learn about math. This is really cool. Okay. Graph theory is really cool because what it has is it has two things. It has nodes and it has edges, right? And these nodes are connected with these edges, right? So this is one node and this is another node and this is connected with an edge, right? Now this would be a non-directional graph, right? Because, well, there's no arrow here, meaning that you can travel from this node to this node, and in theory you can also travel back, right? So those are the same thing. And there can be all sorts of different crazy things over here that you could have, right? So you could have, the nodes could have names, right? So A, B, right? And then maybe we have C right here, and maybe we have D right here, and then maybe they're connected like this, right? So we can have something like this, and there you go. And then the edges, or let's do this actually, and then the edges could have certain costs associated with it, right? So 2, 3, let's do 2 and 1, right? And then you can ask, hey, what is the cheapest route to get to C? Oh, and then you'd say, well, this costs 1, this costs 2, so that's going to be 3. And then this route is 3. And then, so you say, oh, each of them is, those are fine. Boom. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you can also have a directed graph, right? So now those would be where you have an arrow right here, right? So that way, let's say you go to B, you go to C, and then you can go back to B again. And then maybe you have D right here. And then maybe you have E right here. And you can go here, and then maybe you even have this, and then usually you do this. Right, there you go. And then you can do the same thing, right? So this is maybe 2, this is 2, this is 3, 5, 1, crooked 1, 1, 2, 1, right? And you can ask the same thing. It's like, okay, this costs 2, this costs 1, so I'm, that takes 3 right here. If I go another route, this takes 3, 5. That's definitely too much, right? That's 10. Wow, that's way too much. So obviously this is the fastest route, or the route that costs the least, right? And that's basically graph theory. And it's very easy to sort of represent this, because the way to represent this is basically as a set of edges and a set of, I don't know if you do the edges or the nodes first. And also, I don't think the nodes are denoted by this. It's fine. So you have a set, right? A, B, C, D, right? So this would be this graph right here. And then you have a set of edges, which would be the following. It would be A, B, and then you would have A, C, and then you would have A, D, and then you would have B, C. There you go. And I think that those are the edges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There you go. And I think you would put the costs in a different set, if I recall correctly. So you would do this. AC is 3, 2, and 2. I think that's how you define it. And this would then be the definition of the graph, right? And then there you go. And this describes this graph. 1-to-1, right? So without seeing this, I could recreate it just with these parameters, which is pretty cool, right? So there you go. But yeah, that's in theory that's graph theory. Very small part of it. There's tens of things more that you can do with this, and obviously the graphs get way more complicated than this, and then you can do like breadth with search and like different types of search, traveling salesman algorithms. So there's all sorts of different things that are like inside of graphs, but they can be unbelievably useful as a tool for computer science, because many things are actually graphs, believe it or not. Ain't no way we're learning about graph theory. I just got off the grind. Listen, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we put on the pirate song. I love how you're like, oh, I just learned something really interesting and cool and useful. Can we put on the pirate song, please? Can we put on the pirate song? Bro, what is this? Did you watch the video of the guy explained the pathfinding of mobs? Yes, I saw that. That was pretty cool. That was really nice. Yep, I did see that. I think I have to study this a little bit deeper. This is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was concise necessarily, but like it was definitely an explanation at the very least. But yeah, listen. In university, I loved graph theory. Okay, graph theory was awesome to work with because it's actually pretty simple for like to work with, basically. I'm telling you. The only good thing on Monday is NeoForge Modding Monday. Listen. Okay, but also that's not the way to approach this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a new way of thinking. Right? So I agree with you, but I also don't agree with you. And the reason what I'm saying this is the following, okay? I'm gonna blow your mind now. Let's say, okay, this is an important thing, okay? I want you to focus on this, okay? So we're gonna talk about focus for a second. And this lines up with when you say this is the only positive thing on this day. Now, listen, I'm not saying this to single you out on the chat, but I think this is a good lesson to think about. If I were to tell you, I will give you 500 euros if you do the following. Tomorrow, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to count every single red car that you can see, okay? This is a very unbelievably bad car. Sure. Okay, so you count every red car that you see, okay? And if you get the number right, you get 500 euros. You're going to be like, of course I'm going to do that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So every red core you see, you count that, bam. Tomorrow evening, you come to me, you're like, I've seen 86 red cores, right? I'm like, that is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. How many blue cores did you see? And you're gonna be like, oh, what do you mean? I counted the red cores. I counted red cores. I'm like, yeah. But I want to know how many blue cores you saw. And you have no idea. Obviously. Because what you focused on was the red cores. And that is the thing that you have to think about. Where your focus goes, your attention flows, and what that means is that is where your energy goes. Listen, you don't even realize how important it is to focus on the positive. I'm telling you, man. Try to do this. Like, try to go, not, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh, you know, like the sort of toxic positivity. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that specifically, if you have sort of thoughts about, like, if you have like ruminating thoughts that are like negative, right? If you have like something like negative self-talk, right? Negative self-talk, right? That shit is really bad. That's really bad, okay? You need to try your best, your very damn best to turn this into positive self-talk, okay? Or to quote the lyrics from the great hip-hop artist NF, if you think you never be great, you never be great. Not because you're not with the hate, but because if you hate your face when you see it in the mirror, it's not gonna work. Positive, man. Positive. That's a life lesson that you need to take with you, man. Every one of you. I'm just saying. It can work. It can help, man. It can help. Positive frameworks, that's a good foundation. It is true. It's true. That's really good life advice. Listen, it can sometimes drift into sort of toxic positivity, but I'm gonna be real. I think it's better. I think it's much better. Yeah, make this into short. Yeah, I will. How old were you when you learned that? Like 7 days ago? No, I'm kidding. I learned that like I've always been on the grind set, okay? I literally have myself great. This is a great book, by the way. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Holy. If you don't know who this guy is, this Marcus Aurelius was the last great emperor of Rome. It's a Roman emperor. This is his private journal, okay? Think about this. We have the private journal of an emperor of Rome, and we could just read that shit. We could just read it, okay? Like, how insane is that? Listen, here. This is a marked passage that I have. So I'm gonna read this. I'm just gonna read out of the book, okay? This is the reading session by Calvin Joel. And this is written 2,000 years ago. Remember how long you've been putting this off. How many extensions the gods gave you, and you didn't use them. At some point, you have to recognize what world it is that you belong to. What power rules it, and from what source you spring. That there is a limit to the time assigned to you. And if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and it will never return. Hello? Written 2,000 years ago. But that's not even the craziest one. I'm going to read you the craziest one, okay? This one is the one where you're going to be like, holy shit. This one is, this is the craziest stuff ever, okay? I'm telling you. You're going to be like, wait, this was an issue 2,000 years ago? Yes, this was an issue 2,000 years ago, okay? This is not a modern phenomenon. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of? If I'm going to do the thing that I was born to do, the things I was brought into this world to do, or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blanket and stay warm? But it's nice here. So you're born to feel nice? Instead of doing things and experiencing them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, and the spiders and the bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? But we have to sleep sometimes. Agreed. But nature sets a limit to that, as it does with eating and drinking. And you are over that limit. You've had more than enough of that, but not of working. there you are still below your quota. You don't love yourself enough. Or you would love your nature too, and what it demanded of you. People who love what they do and wear themselves down doing it, they even forget to wash or eat. Do you have less respect for your own nature than the engraver does for the engraving, the dancer does for the dance, the miser for the money, or the social climber for status? When they're really possessed by what they do, they'd rather stop eating, sleeping, than give up their practicing of their arts. Is helping others less valuable to you? Not worth your effort? There you go. Boom. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is fucking amazing. Hauptmann, I'm using Proton Mail. Did you sign up using my my link? At least? Exclamation mark Proton. There you go. Life lessons by Hauptmann. That's name is Workaholics. Nah, it's not. Okay, it's not. He literally just said this. I just came across this. Why am I getting solid life advice from Mike?
Accompany me to glory or doom.
Listen, no. I'm Saul Goodman. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Listen, it's just because why not? Okay. Hauptmann's live tutorials. How to live with Hauptmann. I don't think I can do a how to live tutorial, but like, I don't know. What about positivity? I just had to get my water refilled, set my air fryer of cooking. I missed the whole start about you in uni about graph theory. Well, you can always watch again. Life course when? Listen. Okay. We're
accompany me to glory.
You're Monkey
or
Gamer.
doom.
Thank you for the follows. Well, thank you. Listen, like we have a small selection of people right here, or a big selection. I don't know. You could always talk about the positivity again. That's true. No, what I want to say is actually the following, okay? What I was thinking in my brain was, so we're gonna address this tomorrow. So I really think I wasn't so keen on the streams for the Unity tutorial, not the tutorials, the Unity game making, okay? I think it was just a little bit out of my sort of purview of what I like to stream. So what I was thinking about doing, okay, genuinely, you know how, wait, this is so stupid, but I kind of like it, okay? I'm gonna explain this with paint again, even though it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. We're still gonna do it. So you know how Pirate Software used paint to sort of explain stuff, right? So this was, let's just call him Thor, that's fine, right? Thor used paint, okay? Right, the same as I'm doing right now, right? So Thor used paint. I was thinking, this is really good to explain stuff, right? To explain stuff, specifically when you are spontaneous about it, right? So this is great for spontaneous explanations like I'm doing right now. But then I was thinking, well, wait a second. I'm here, right? Count Joe is right here. I was like, well, you can do that. But then I was thinking, what if instead of paint, right, I used PowerPoint? What if I became the PowerPoint streamer and I explained stuff as well, just like I did, right? I explain life philosophies for you to follow, or not, I guess. I mean, or just for you to take something with you, but they are planned instead of spontaneous. What about that? Because obviously when you do a PowerPoint presentation, you have to plan that stuff, right? Like before. You can't just do that on, you know. I was just thinking about that, you know. So, I would say, take a look, you know. I was asking because the average age that is hardest human's life is between 20 and 26. I'm now 22 and have issues sleeping. I have several mental problems. I'm in therapy, but it doesn't help. I don't always like my work. I'm too scared to find something new. How would you go about this? So, one of the big things is that's called a corporate meeting when you do PowerPoint. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna put in paint and know what is there. So I think so. First of all, I think it's hard to really give a defined time span of when a human's life is hardest. I think that's hard to do because I do think that's I don't think that's, you know, easy. I'll say this. I think that I think the early 20s are a rough one, because it's really the transition when you go from like small responsibilities to like big ones, right? I think you get, I think you really do get a lot of, what we say, you sort of start emerging as an adult, let's say. And I think that is a scary transition sometimes. I understand that. I think that, let's see, what else is there? So sleeping issues. Sleeping issues can be rough because obviously, like, that's like the pillars. So the 3 to 4 pillars that I would always say is exercise, good sleep, or at least enough sleep, right? Somewhat decent food intake, like, you know, don't like just eat junk food and stuff like that. And what was the 4th one? Friends and family, or like social connection. Those are the big 4. Those are the big 4. If you can rack up a positive point or 2 points on that every day, that's huge life satisfaction. So that's one thing. I don't always like my work. So you don't like your work. That's going to be, I don't know if this is necessarily the message you need or want, but I'm going to try to just sort of give you my sort of perspective on it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then that's fine as well, right? Because not every message is meant for everyone at every time as well. This is also very important, right? Because remember, no man is the same man, neither is the same river, right? Because, or sorry, no man steps in the same river twice, because it's neither the same river nor the same man, right? So that's the thing. I have sleep problems called revenge sleep procrastination. The intentional delaying of sleep to reclaim personal time. I see. I understand. All right. I see. Interesting. Sounds to me, honestly, to be somewhat burnout related, possibly, because you also said that you don't really like your work. I mean, listen, I'm not a psychologist, okay? I'm just a guy, okay? I'm just a guy. I'm just saying. But like that could be one of the things. There could be too much on that as well. But sometimes the issue is like the only way out is through, right? So let's say, for example, you're like, well, the hardest lives are like between 20 and 26. Like I said, I don't even know if I necessarily agree with that. But sometimes it's just about, you gotta just stick through it, and then in 4 years it's gonna be much better. And it's really, really, really rough to hear in the moment, because every time I've been in the same moment, it's like, it's just sort of empty words. But man, in retrospective, it's always true that the hardest years, the years of struggle, will strike you as the most beautiful. It's a quote. Sigmund Freud, maybe? Possibly? I'm not quite sure. But it's really true. It's really true. It's when you're forced to adult or you'll fall behind in life. I don't think you can fall behind, actually. I don't think that that's possible. I think that yes, you can fall behind. But like, I don't think it's like a sort of do or die situation. I don't think it's that dire. I really don't think so. I think that you can set yourself up well, but even if you don't set yourself up well, one thing you have to remember, and this is a crazy thing, every single cliche that you've been ever told, okay, like genuinely, every single cliche that you've ever been told is actually true, okay? That means, you know, the cliche of, oh, the only constant in life is change, right? You hear that, you're like, bleh. You don't even hear it anymore because it's so drab and boring and cliched, right? It's not a thing, but you actually have to think about it, because it is 1000% true. And I'm going to prove it to you by the very, very one thing that probably no one here has, or maybe very few people, and that is children, okay? And that's, I think, genuinely, I'm not saying this to tell you to have a child, by the way, at 22, probably not the best idea, but like, I think people are like, oh, things are always going to be the same way that they are. No, not at all. But we think about that. We think that that's the case, right? We also think, oh, I'm always going to be the same way. No, change is the name of the game, man. Change is the name of the game. You see this in a child, okay? The child is like, I can't do anything, right? 6 months later, it's like looking around, grabbing stuff. Another year later, it's walking around. Whoa, what? It could all of a sudden walk, right? So that's what I'm saying. So change is definitely a thing. Yeah, I'm telling you, like that's the thing. So change can always happen. You can have whatever happened in the past doesn't necessarily have to happen in the future again. That's the thing. It's like, yes, people can say, well, oh, this is likely what's gonna happen, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it is. Didn't even change careers. Still a janitor. I still just do place that doesn't suck. Can also be the case. Yeah, it's also, it might not be the work itself that's bad. It's also could be where you do it, right? It's also a thing. So it could be one or the other. Right, but I think falling behind is still very much real when you see all your friends at the same group pushing ahead of you. Once again, I just don't think that that's a smart way to look at it. Right? I don't think that's a smart way to look at it. You know how bamboo grows, right? You know how like when you have when you put out bamboo seeds, right? You put them in the ground, like nothing happens for years and years and years, right? And all of a sudden, boom! There's a like huge bamboo shoot that like shoots up, right? What happened was below the ground. You just didn't see it, right? So the only time you're actually falling behind is if you just sit on your ass and you do nothing, like at all. Then I would tend to agree with you. But if you're working on that, then you're never falling behind, right? So that's one thing that I would say. Genuinely, highly, highly recommend it. Listen, once again, might not be for everyone, and I'm okay with it if it's not. Just look for like, let's see. Just look at like on YouTube, like inspired by Florian, or there's like absolute motivation. This might not be for everyone, and that's totally fine. But like you got like here, like absolute motivation. You got inspired by Florian, Trust the Universe, one of the best videos ever. I've probably listened to this. I don't even know how often. I really like this stuff, okay? And this is the stuff that I meant with the positive thinking, get positive stuff into you, okay? Because the negative self-talk, that's gonna even like make this worse. I think it's mostly a place where I work. That's fair. I'm scared to leave due to my skill level. You see, I'm not... okay. But it's not the best in the market or something. Alright, I see. Okay, I see. Well, I've talked about this before. But this is I think this will somewhat apply, and because like what I read in there, I think doesn't necessarily have to do with competence, right? Competence, but it might actually have to do with confidence. I think the confidence here is the issue actually, right? And I think what you need is both of those feed into each other. Okay. This is the competence-confidence loop, right? That's a thing. And what you have to do is you have to basically get more competent at a thing. Now, if you have a supervisor or a boss that's like a bit of an ass hat that doesn't really see your stuff, then it can be an issue. But you can work on this yourself as well, right? Like you don't necessarily need that. And additionally, you can definitely also find like other ways to do this as well. I mean, to like get more competent in whatever area that might be the case. But I think the first thing to like maybe focus on, I don't know if it's right or not, but this is me personally. I think the first thing to focus on is mindset. Like get some like positive stuff in you, like just some positive sort of images, get positive words in you. Immerse yourself in that. I don't know. Like this is the stuff that I've worked with, and like that you really works for me, and I really notice it in a unbelievable way the quality of life improvement that I have in my life when I just listen to like positive stuff. Like genuinely, just like these the like as corny as these videos like sound, and I don't care. I love this stuff. I listen to that stuff just like in the background when I'm playing a game or something like that. It helps me immensely because it is the one thing that's just like a constant stream of positive thoughts and positive words and positive affirmations and all of that. And yeah, I understand, you know, there can be sometimes too much of a good thing, right? But I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. What exactly is wrong with your job? What makes you not good? It's a perspective issue. I agree with this. I would say that it's a perspective issue. That's why I'm harping on about the positivity stuff, right? I'm harping on about the positivity stuff because it's a mindset shift. That's most important. Big question is, how does one go about improving mindset and self-confidence? Right. Don't seem to give me long-term motivation. Okay. Let's see. Long-term motivation. You just choose. Wait, what? The only answer that works. Wait, you choose? You just choose it. Oh, so as in like you just choose to do it. Yeah, so I don't understand. I believe that what KP Dragon says is that what you're really looking for is not motivation, you're looking for discipline. I think that's the thing that KP Dragon is referring to, if I understand this correctly. Maybe you wanna take a look at the book Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink is a Navy SEAL. I think he was a Navy SEAL, right? Well, definitely like big army guy, whatever. Navy SEAL, yeah, Navy SEAL training and stuff. Who wrote that? It's about, yeah, I mean, how discipline equals freedom, I guess, yeah. If you can get yourself to read a book, or audiobook works too, by the way. Like I'm a fan of audiobooks as well. If audiobooks works better, that's even better. But yeah, mental hygiene is important to maintain. It's unbelievably important, okay? People poison, like, everything, every single thing online poisons your mind, man. It's absolutely crazy, okay? That's why I'm, like, harping on about the videos on the positive stuff and things like that. Because, we have no issue just scrolling randomly on like, TikTok or something, and we continue to get, like, negative fucking things thrown in our faces. But when it's like, oh, you shouldn't, but why are you watching the positive stuff like that? It's like, what the fuck? No. Is there a way I can buy your course without having a credit card or American currency? So I believe that you should be able to buy it via PayPal, and it should automatically work out like, well, I mean, what is it called? The transaction? Yeah. Even you. As in, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to poison your mind? Well, maybe I'm trying to be the antidote, at least a little bit, to the stuff, okay? But like a lot of people will do that. Conversion rate, yeah, PayPal should do that on its own. So you just basically, it's probably not going to be the same. So if you do, let's say like USD to Euro, right? Just as an example, and then you see the number there, it's probably not going to be exactly the same because PayPal does like weird stuff with currency and they sometimes add a little bit more, but it should be roughly in the ballpark. Like it's not going to say, you know, it's going to be 30 euros and then it's all of a sudden going to be 50, right? Obviously, it's not going to be that crazy. But yeah. But yeah, if you can reduce the rate at which you consume like even short form content, yes, including like the shorts that we're doing on the channel, like Modding by Carbon, sure. And then just replace it with like some positive stuff, man. Just like because I don't know. Is there gonna be a Carbon Joke book club? Yeah, it could work, right? Should we do a book club? I'm gonna add it into the poll question, okay? We're gonna have like 20 different polls that we're gonna do. I'm gonna do we're gonna have a new thing that's we're gonna call the Self-Improvement Sunday. Okay, where do you get your courses now? Oh, well, I have a great place for you to go. And that place is right here. So this is my own website, coursescountandjoe.net. You should also be able to find in the description of the YouTube video, so you can go there too, but in the description of the YouTube video, there is also currently a sale going on. We have a fall sale going on, 33%. So if anyone does want to buy them, you can use the links in the description of the YouTube video, and I think that should actually work. Pretty sure. Let me double check, just for the sake of argument. But I think that should work. Am I crazy? No, I'm not. I mean, I am, but like that's a totally different thing. Wait, isn't there? Oh, it changed the description. You absolute piece. You absolute piece. Oh wow, that's really annoying. Okay, wait a second. Wait. Okay, I'm like, oh, you should use the description, and then the description is nothing. There's nothing in the description. Ah. There you go. I've added the courses again. You may or may not have to reload the web, like the viewing page to see the courses again. But yeah, they are currently on sale. A kind of addictive IMO. One thing that helped me improve is a browser extension. Could work, yeah. I feel like an ass yapping a life story, but yeah. No, it's totally fine, man. I mean, it is what it is. I've been okay. I see. Mm-hmm. For the best few years of my life, new cool friends and stuff. Those make me happy. Ever since then, it's been downhill, and now I'm older. I have a lot of responsibilities, lots of stress. Yeah, no, I can understand that. It's like yeah, I mean, I don't know. Aren't Countandjoe shorts positive? I'm really trying. I mean, at the end of the day, it's definitely a it's not an uncommon story, let's say, and it's really hard to like really get. Sometimes it's hard to like find your ground. Like I always I do think that mindset is a big part of it. Like I said, when it comes to either positive messages, trying to read some stuff, trying to also try to take negative influences and like leave them out. I have this when I'm really into the news, right? So every 4 years when there's an election cycle in the US, I always get way too involved in that because I really am. I'm deeply interested in this, like just personally, like I just follow this. That is really fucking tough on my mental health. Like it's not good. Also stressed about ever leaving my parents' house. Well, I'm gonna be real. I think that's one of the big ones. That's like genuinely. I assume are you American? Radiant gamer. I'm just sort of throwing it out there because like I feel like this is a I don't know, maybe that's a crazy, but like it's just could be the case. People has gone from Russia. Yeah, there's a lot. I genuinely have zero ways to like help with that. I know that that's a rough one. I'm Dutch. Oh boy. Okay, the housing market is rough everywhere. That's true. Yeah, I've seen the stuff in the Netherlands. There's quite a few issues there. Well, one thing that is really a thing to think about. So I know that in America, there's this unbelievable craze about you're 18, get the fuck out of my house. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Housing in the Netherlands is like 400k for a single room apartment. Jesus. Well, I would. This probably depends on like where it is, right? I would assume like if you're in Amsterdam, that's probably gonna be, or like Rotterdam, that's probably gonna be high. But yeah, I don't know. You can do something about it. Well, that's the thing. So I understand this. The issue is that this is what I've been speaking about before with the focus, right? Now we get to the crux of the thing. We get to the focus. We look at the housing market. There's zero things we can do about the housing market. Like as individuals, we can do zero things about the housing market. So I understand, well, you're like, oh, this is going to be really bad. It's like, yeah, but the issue at the end is, you can focus on that, but that doesn't get you anywhere because you can't do anything about it, right? So it is much better to focus on the things that you actually can control versus the things that you can't control. Once again, it's a cliche that we've heard a million times, but putting it into that specific example, it's like okay, that might mean that it's gonna take a long time in order to buy a house or not. But it's like, it is out of the control, right? And it's a lot of things that, yeah, don't focus on the red cars, exactly, right? Like, that's the thing. And it's hard to do sometimes, but it really is the case that you only have about, I don't know, like, you know, a good like 5 things that you can control. You can control your attitude, you can control your actions for the most part. You can control the words you say, somewhat the words you think, and yeah, that's sort of maybe 4 things, right? Like, that's it. It's hard not to be a doomer sometimes. I understand this. Listen, I understand this. Okay, I am in agreement with you. But that's the thing. I live in a village, this big city thing, 3 years. Okay. I've never gone to uni at 40 plus. That's the thing. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's also just about, like, it's like the craziest shit as well as genuinely, and I mean this, man, like 22 is, you're still like unbelievably young. Like, even if you don't feel like it, and especially if this is one of the worst things that the internet has done, right? It's convinced people who are like, 21 that they're old, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. It's crazy, okay? 22, like, if all goes well, you're gonna live like the same length that you've already lived like 5 or 6 more times, okay? There's so much damn time, right? Teenagers talking about how it's all over. It's crazy, okay? It's crazy. That's why you gotta stick on that positive stuff and be like, listen, there is actually a lot of time left. And like, you can do so many different things, okay? But yeah, it's controlling your attitude, and it's controlling your attitude and then controlling your own actions. Yeah, I mean, the question is not necessarily like pointing out when you're like, okay, you know, sort of, oh, poor me, right? When you have sort of a, you withdraw into being like, oh, the stuff is so horrible, and then you feel like a victim. It's like, how do you get out of it? It's really hard. It's really difficult to get out of it, because obviously there's a part of it. Wait a second. One thing that is pretty good, I mean, listen, you probably have seen this before, but I'm just gonna post it anyway, because why not? Highly recommended, Healthy Gamer GG. You probably know Dr. K already, but still, unbelievably great. And there are 2 videos that I am going to put into the chat as well, which I highly recommend both of them to be watched. That is why you still haven't grown up, and you're stuck because you refuse to grow up. Both of those are, the titles are worse than the content. The content is unbelievably great. Wow. Just missed. Wait, you missed your train? No. That's a bummer. You are back though. Hello. We are talking about positivity. We are giving life advice out here, okay? We're giving life advice. This is life advice with Kaunjo, okay? I don't know how successfully we're doing that, because I'm gonna be real, this is always, it's not easy, right? Like, that's the thing. But it's a start, right? It's like, it's something. At the very least, it's something. All my friends about keep going. Backslidings are inevitable and mistakes are human. Mistakes are yes, mistakes are unbelievably human. Everything you see on social media is always just a highlight reel, right? Like, it's just the case. You can only improve your life when you improve your mind. Definitely also the case. But that's why I'm trying to, you know, like, give different different options of like roads to go down, right? Yo, it's the YouTube posts guy. Is that a thing? Wait, me? You're talking about me? You need to change the title from talking about Minecraft Life to talking about life. True! That's so true. Talking about life. That's really funny. The fact that that works well is like really good. And if you struggle to forgive yourself, that's the biggest one. You also should be too hard on yourself as well. This is what I mean. It's a forever balancing game, right? Like that's just the case. It's a forever balancing game of trying to do a little bit, and then if you can do a little bit more, and not be too hard on yourself, but also don't start slacking off. So it's not easy, right? That's the case. That's the thing. But the question is also like, this might be the roughest statement that I've said so far. I know KP Dragon definitely has been a bit rougher, but like no one's ever said that it was going to be easy, right? Like that's the thing. It's like that's the one thing I think we're really not prepared, right? Like it's just the case, right? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But the thing is, it's trivial, right? As in, the actions you do every day are not complicated to do in order to have a good, sort of a good life, right? But doing them is not, it's hard. Yeah. So when I take a weight and I curl it, right? That's a trivial action, right? Just you cannot tell me that that's complicated to do, right? That's not complicated to do. Right? That's exactly right. So it's trivial, but it's hard because the weight is, it's a lot of weight. That's life, right? In essence. Thanks. I'll definitely check out the videos later. Absolutely. Listen, like I said, just some thoughts, just some ideas, right? They may help, they may not, but all good, man. All good, right? I don't think that was depressing at all. I mean, at the end of the day, we're shooting for something greater, right? We're charting the course through the good parts of life, right? And there you go. But yeah, one big thing is that definitely also social interactions, friendships and stuff like that. I've seen a study before that basically like the more social connections you have, the older you can get. Like basically people who are older usually have a lot of social connections, because I think the brain atrophies way faster when you have issues with stuff. Here's some of the dumb ways to die. Oh, is that hardcore? Did your hardcore character die? Depressing is when you give up. That's true. Humans are social creatures. Yes, even when you're introverted. It's crazy, but it's true. Do you have any chance advice on building up a portfolio for game development? So, actually, yes. When you can start off with basically small things, right? Really great person to look at is Code Monkey. He does really good tutorials and stuff, and he did a short once where he said you should do like 3 or 4 different games. You should do Flappy Bird, you should do what else, like a Lunar Lander. There's like 4 games that you should make. Just start with those, just because they are gonna teach you a lot of different sort of individual things to add, and then you should probably take like 2 or 3 months and make projects within those 2 or 3 months. Specifically, you should plan a project, push it through to the entire 3 months, see how much you can get done, and then see, oh shit, those 3 months were way shorter than I expected. Boom, right? And then you have a bit of a better view on how much you can actually get done. Yeah. What's Lunar Lander? Oh my god, guys. It's like it might be called Lunar Lander, but okay, fair enough. Listen, it's like this guy. It's like a physics-based game where you have to calculate like horizontal and vertical speed and altitude, and you have to land. Thanks, appreciate the advice. Absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah, look at game jams too. True, absolutely. Game jams can also always be a fun activity. If they're like a weekend or so, that's usually awesome. It'd be harder for you to do anything because you have to constant wait that they don't have. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this is the Another thing I've seen from people who are struggling with the idea of basic stuff is sometimes they compare the same stuff, which isn't fair. This is true. If you just get out of bed as a struggle, don't compare it to someone. This is one thing. Yes, I agree with this as well. Compare it to something they find hard. Colleague was working on 4 hobby projects and they could barely force themselves to shower. And I was like, yeah, you're mentally carrying a lot of extra weight. Exactly. Exactly. That's also true. Yeah, the thing about it is that that's true. Sometimes, listen, sometimes the win for the day is getting out of bed and showering. Bro, then take the win. But the issue is that a lot of people, they put down their wins and they overblow their losses, right? What you have to realize is that everything counts, okay? But that means that everything is either a plus or a minus. There's no plus plus, there's no minus minus. Yes, in theory there is, of course. But like in general, actions you take can only ever be a plus or a minus. That's it. There's also no neutral. There are no neutral things when it comes to sort of pushing to sort of get your life in order. It sucks to hear, but that's truth, okay? It's either something that gets you into the direction of your goal or pushes you away from your goal. Those are the only 2 groups that you have in terms of actions you take. Also a good thing to think about. Yeah, game jams can be quite rough. I agree. You really need to keep in mind with progress and keep at it. No, I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement with you, but like, you know, like I said, I can't teach someone calculus if they've just started to learn 1 to 10, you know what I mean? Sorry to interrupt the light device, boss. I need a little bit of device of my own. Going through your Java tutorial once again and making a project that should interact with JSON files. Okay. But it turns out writing JSON isn't natively supported. I need JSON dependency. Does that mean I have to switch to Gradle? You can also, well, Gradle or Maven would work. EA is getting bought on and going private. Honestly, not the worst idea in the world. I should get out of bed, but afterthought the rest of the day, all the trouble, I don't want to anymore. Well, maybe I'm gonna just reopen the book of Marcus Aurelius. This is the Emperor of Rome from 2,000 years ago. And he said the following: at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? The things I was brought into this world to do, or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blanket and stay warm? No, you were not born to feel nice. Instead of doing things and experiencing them, that's what you're born to do. Don't you see the plants and birds and ants and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can? And you're not willing to do your same as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? It's a great book, guys. Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. I absolutely love it. It's really accessible, even though it's like you know, ancient Greek translated to German. I'm telling you. I now look at my first message about Monday another way when then I was came. I think that the negativity overall was happened today shouldn't be overblown by my successes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, this is all I wanted today. Okay, I'm happy about that already. And like I said, I didn't. I understand it, and like obviously it was said in jest, but often jokes often reveal what's like lurking beneath the surface, right? Because jokes is sort of a safe way to breach topics which are usually off topic, right? That's why jokes are can reveal a lot of different things. And I'm telling you, man, that's why it's a good thing to think about. It's a good thing to think about. Yeah. But there you go. Guys, I'm telling you, stay positive, and positive things may happen. Because if you focus on the red car, you will not count the blue cars. After nearly a month, I feel I can get to the gym. I genuinely hated getting crushed. Yeah. So another thing also, when you do the workouts, don't be very careful, okay? Getting hurt is the worst because that's going to set you back months. Less about being old, it's more recognizing that this comes from... Wait. About being old, it's more recognizing that this comes from... Oh, top chat. God damn it! I had top chat on, so I probably didn't see every message before. Well, okay. If it's not the most privileged people alive at the time. Well, I mean, listen, I understand that too, but like at the same time, I don't think that you can just do that. Like you can't just like be like, oh, we have it so much better. Yeah, but like at the end of the day, you can still feel shitty, okay? That's not the point. Because the point isn't to be that. The point is just to say, listen, you also have to appreciate the small things, right? Like that doesn't even require any of the privilege. Should I do more modding or try to find a new job site that the job I might actually be able to do? Listen, sometimes when it comes to jobs as well, I don't know if this is applicable, because very often we're like, I'm not qualified for that. I probably couldn't do that. I probably can't. I probably shouldn't, whatever. It's like sometimes you have to decide that you are qualified before someone else decides that you're qualified, right? I think that you are the first person to say, you know what? I know I'm qualified for this job, and then apply. It's so often that we reject ourselves so much earlier than another person can reject us, basically. This happens in jobs. This happens for relationships, right? This happens with people. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to them. They're gonna probably be eh. The worst they can say is no. Specifically with a job, man. Specifically with a job. I mean, maybe they don't say anything, but like at the end of the day, whatever. I don't know. Literally, either need relocating to another country or need a driver's license. Ah, well, that's the decisions. I've been able to the gym, but because I didn't like it. The plan was to go with my friends, but they stopped coming as well. I've been procrastinating for 2 years. Fair. Yeah, I've really started, like, I mean, real workout, I don't know. Hard to say, but when I hit a specific weight, because I ate too much, I was like, you know what? I feel like a fat ass, so I can't continue to do this. So I was like, you know what? Let's fucking go. And really been trying to push for it. But it's all from home. But still, that's enough, you know. There the philosophy is 1 is bigger than 0, right? That's another one. It's like doing 1 push-up every day. You listen, KP Dragon is going to disagree with me, but I don't think... maybe not. Doing 1 push-up every day literally is an infinite amount more than if you did 0. Great book, but it's about getting yourself to help pull a cog in a machine of society, which is positive, in vain. Wait a second. Okay, getting yourself to be a helpful cog in the machine for society. I see, I understand. So, what you mean is, so I understand. I believe I know what you mean. Yeah, no. I think I know what you mean. Wait a second. Let me go through my journal over here, okay? Just give me a second. So one thing that I've written down somewhere. This is gonna be a while ago. But I'm telling you, there's one thing that I've written down somewhere. Probably not gonna be able to find it, but that's okay. If I'm not gonna be able to find it, I'm gonna at least be able to give you the rough thing what it said. That's really funny. We probably shouldn't talk about that one. The idea is that, oh, this is also a good one. You must not lose your faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Oh, that's a pretty good one. But the thing is that, the thing was, wait a second. Existing... This was a quote of my own. I think it was like, if you help a single soul... I think I have it in my keeps notes. Let me see. Yeah, did I say soul? I might have said soul. Believe you can and you can. The man who says he's right and the man who says he's wrong, he can't. Sorry. The man who says he can't and the man who says he can are both usually right. To live is the rarest thing in this world. Most people just exist. Maybe that's what you mean. It's doing one a day. The issue is that that's all you do. It's excessive. Oh shit! That's not what I wanted to do at all! Why did it do that? Why did it time you out? What the fuck? Sorry. There was like, there was this drag to moderate and I accidentally dragged it. Sorry. That's really funny. Oh, Jimmy Core said the weight doesn't get lighter, but your back gets stronger. Great one here too. But yeah, one of the things that that my own quote was something about like if you help a single soul in your lifetime, your entire debt is paid. Ah, there it is. If you make a single soul better, you have already wait. If you make a single soul better for you having been here, all your debt is paid, as in your existential debt. If you have issues with existential debt, right? Because I think I have that sometimes. If you have a single soul that you can in any way, shape, or form make better, there you go. Unrelated to literally everything. Oh, is it really? Damn, what the heck? Well, I mean, I don't know. Now my messaging is hidden. No, I've literally unbanned you, so. Excuse the F. Sorry. I really like this quote. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Ooh, that's a good quote. Listen, I have like 4,000 quotes in my Keeps app, okay? I am a quote maniac, okay? I love that stuff. Let me see. What do we have? What can be useful? Let me see. Let me see. No. Nah, this is all good, but like James Allen. I think it might be too esoteric. But it might be a thing to think about. So I'm not talking about the James Allen rings, by the way. I'm talking about the James Allen philosopher. As a man thinketh, so he is. Wait, which one is this? There's an audiobook. Is this the good one? No, I want Andrea Fiori, okay? Andrea Fiori. We need this one. There you go. I'm gonna post this one as well. Listen, skip that one. Sorry. Cowpen Joe quote book. It's crazy. It's a lot, yeah. This is a really, I love, like, James Allen. Anything by James Allen, unbelievably useful. It's like a positive thinking sort of spiritual thing. Sometimes it's a little bit archaic because it's like from 1903, but at the end of the day, it's like, come on, right? One of the things that he said is, wait, one is huge. Let me see. The fact that the same circumstance will be alike good or bad to different souls proves that the good or bad is not in the circumstances, but only in the mind of him that encounters it. Huge. Huge, bro. I'm telling you, I love that one. This is literally me. My mental health. The advice I give to people. Yes! Oh my god, I know this one as well, yeah. I know this one as well. It's like, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. That's true. For the wrong people, that could be bad advice. Listen, the issue is that any advice could be wrong for the wrong for the wrong people, right? That's one of the huge issues. Do you know the meme of the like diamond mining? Have you seen this meme right here, right? Like this meme right here, right? It's like, oh, he stopped so close to the until the diamonds, and this guy, oh, he's gonna get the diamonds, right? You know what the issue here is? The issue here is that let's say this is the philosophy that you take. You were so close. Yeah, one more spin on the roulette wheel. No, that's the wrong advice. No, you shouldn't use this for gambling. Are you crazy? That's the point. That's the thing, right? That's the issue. So yes, bad advice is bad for the bad people at the bad time, but like, I don't know. Exactly. So that's when it's wrong, obviously. That real bugs me. Yeah, well, you know what it is. Is there vehicle creation in the course? Sorry. There is writable entities, which is close, but it's not really pure vehicle creation. But it works with writable entities. If you want vehicle stuff, it's a little bit older, but maybe it still is. It might still help. Let me just send you a link in chat. Just give me a second. Like I said, it's quite a bit older, but it might be a good place to start. There was another live stream that I did where I added a plane. The things that I'm talking about in the video should still be helpful, probably. Yeah, of course, exactly. Always keep going no matter what you will or won't find. Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not gonna lie, with job hunting, my main issue is that I want to be indie game dev. Ooh, indie game dev is nice though. It's cool, but it can be rough, yeah. Get up and be productive. Listen, Vase, I'm telling you, I'm gonna repost the videos again. I just wait a second. Where's my healthy gamer? Healthy gamer. Have a good rest of your day. All right, Big. Take care. We're also not gonna do too long anymore. But yeah, Vase, I'm telling you, these two videos, right? This is gonna be the first one, and this is the second one. These are from Healthy Gamer GG. Why you still haven't grown up and you're stuck because you refuse to grow up. The two best pieces of content I've seen on YouTube, like at least in the last year or two. They're so good. Genuinely watch them. Like, if nothing else, watch them and just see if this applies to you in any way, shape, or form. The titles are not the representative. The titles are a bit more clickbait than what the content is. The content is unbelievably useful. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Yes! It's such a good quote. Yeah, I know that one. I know that one. Chris Williamson. He said it. Well, Chris Williamson said it in a short / podcast. And I know that from that. Yeah. I know that one. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Absolutely agreed. Or to put it in an older way, the cave you fear to enter has the treasures you seek. That's by... Man, I know who it was from. Don't tell me. The cave you fear to enter has the treasures you seek. I'm not gonna get it. Cave you fear to enter. Joseph Campbell! Damn it, man. Damn it. Joseph Campbell. Yeah. Joseph Campbell. That was a good one. That's a good, yeah. I have another one. Fear is like an ocean. It's miles wide, but an inch deep. So as soon as you step into it, you notice that it's not actually that bad. Also, another one. I have a lot of things about fear on my quotes. What do we have? Oh, this is one of my favorite quotes of all time. Seneca. Seneca is a great, is also a Stoic philosopher. And he said this: you act like mortals in all that you fear. King's Court. That's what we're gonna do, okay? You act like mortals in all that you fear and like immortals in all that you desire. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. As soon as you've parsed it correctly, it's so good. Also, Bearster Gaming, thank you for the primes of thank you. It's so good. And it's so true as well. Let me see. What else is there? Fear. 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 The danger is entirely different than the fear. Also true. Another one from Seneca. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and they lose the night in fear of the dawn. I don't understand that quote. I will explain to you. So, when you fear something, you don't approach it. So you're like, no, I might die when I approach this, right? So that's the fear, right? You're like, oh, I fear, so you don't act on something because you fear it. You're like, I might die doing this, right? But then you're like, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to learn French. I really want to do this. I really want to travel. But you're like, I can do it next year. So everything you desire, what you do is when you do it, you set it off to the next year and another time. So you act like an immortal. I have time for that, right? But like every time you fear something, you're like, oh, I might die. But every time you desire something, you like, I can do that later. So that's the thing. I really fear of being competent, if that makes any sense. Fear of success? Like, I feel like I can't get myself to actually try with important things. I don't know. Hard to say. W just got a membership here. Yo. Well, you use your Prime sub for it, which is exactly what it should be used for. I mean, not necessarily like, you know, obviously here, but like, you know what I mean? Just in general. Just in general. Fear of being competent is fear of losing the ability to not do as much. Love this one. One of the hardest, healing alone can be extremely hard. Healing without using other people. True. Healing, remember, healing doesn't mean you're hurting others, but helping yourself. This is also very true. It's also not wrong. Yeah, but like I said, it's like, it sometimes is a daily struggle, right? It is what it is, but fear of success is a thing, but I also think I partially fear of change. Yeah, fear of change is a rough one. I think that one is the one thing that's like really, that you really have to dig down in, I think. Because like I said in the very beginning, it's like the only constant in life is change, and that's just like one of those cliches that you don't even hear anymore. But if you finally understand what that means, right? My example was the kid, right? You have a toddler, and then you have a baby, and then you have a toddler, and all of a sudden it can walk, and all of a sudden it can speak, you know. Change your thoughts and you change the world. Listen, that's what I'm saying. This is literally why I started with this whole positivity stuff, right? That's why I started with you should listen to the positive motivation stuff. And it's like, yeah, maybe it's only a temporary fix, but like maybe the temporary fix is enough to bootstrap, right? So we have the same thing when we press the button on the computer, it bootstraps, right? It starts to boot upwards, and maybe that helps and works. Fear of change is a funny one. Given you're always changing, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't help long term. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, right? Maybe it's possible to bootstrap with that, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, because obviously at that point, maybe you're a little bit wiser as to what the next step might be, but it's all a bunch of it's all a bunch of question marks. But there you go. Yeah, well, anyway, I think for now we're gonna close this out for today's Modding Monday, which I think it was a little bit less about. I think we should rename this to Motivational Monday. I mean, maybe, right? I'll have to read the quotes every morning. Even just that, why not? I mean, if it's really just about reading the quotes every morning, I mean, that definitely is doable. Right, that's definitely doable. Yeah. All you have to do is choose. Yeah, you can just choose. That's very true. From where can I get new quotes? So the best thing to do is to read books. But yeah, Therapy Monday. I don't know. I don't want to call it Therapy Monday. That doesn't seem good. Maybe Motivational Monday, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that was it for the time being. Like I said, definitely I've posted the stuff in the chat like 2 or 3 times now. The healthy gamer videos, definitely really worth it. Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, also pretty good. On the Shortness of Life by Seneca, also pretty good book. Discipline Equals Freedom, another great book, Jocko Willink. Yeah, apart from that, I will be live again tomorrow. With a bit of a better plan, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I'll be gaming something. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless of that, hope you found this interesting, useful. It was definitely a crazy, weird one, but you know what? Sometimes we gotta be weird, right? So, until next time, so